shot, save, rebound, and that one's in! The Statesmen bury another one. Gilmore over to McQuaid. McQuaid shot in front, loose, goal! Fossilo buries that one.
Alongside by Nick Stetter and James Fitzpatrick. Now, gentlemen, we aren't where we usually are. Today, we are in SUNY Oswego's new and improved Hubert Hall. And that is because tonight, the game is in Hobart, and WTOP is putting on a very special traveling broadcast. Now, while the game is in the cooler, how does it feel to be talking about SUNYAC hockey one more time?
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be in this studio. This is an amazing place up here in SUNY Oswego, and this game has all the output to be a stellar matchup. David versus Goliath, if you would, but that's going to imply Oswego's winning. We don't know what we got to see yet. It's going to be a really cool matchup here.
All right, Lucas, you told me a week ago that this will be our final broadcast as seniors, and I was so happy to hear that I'm getting one more. You couldn't ask for a better matchup to do it with.
It is absolutely great to be here. With that, let's get right into it. The SUNYAC Championship is here. Let's take a quick look at the SUNYAC bracket. Let's see how the entire tournament went down to get us here tonight. We started out with 8 teams for the first time ever, with the number 1 seeded Hobart Statesmen defeating the number 8 Fredonia Blue Devils 8-0. The Lakers defended their turf, 3-0, excuse me. The Lakers defended their turf against the Buff State Bengals with a big 5-1 win. In Saratoga, the Skidmore Thoroughbreds held off the Plattsburgh Cardinals 4-3. And up in Cortland, the Red Dragons skunked the Canton Kangaroos 2-0. And that led us to the semifinals that took place last weekend. First up, it was the Lakers taking on the Skidmore Thoroughbreds in a very interesting matchup. We got the highlights here. Nick, why don't you break it down for us?
I mean, Skidmore Oswego, that was a game of what I like to say Oswego dominance for the most part. You know, the score might say differently in that 6-3 win, but for the first three goals were immediately scored by Oswego, and the 3 goals came from Bala, Ergo, and Grenier, just immediately making that 3-0 lead happen. And then Skidmore tend to play a game of catch-up after that. They couldn't catch up, though. They scored a goal after making it 3-1 from Spalding. Then Justin Ryan made it 4-1. They tried to get back in it with 4-2 from Warab. Cohen then scored, made it 5-2. They tried again with Flowcare, and then Justin Ryan scoring that empty net goal to just put the nail in the coffin. And Oswego, that was a good showing, but the thing is, I feel like they let off the gas a little bit. You cannot do that, especially against the Hobart Statesmen tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think Oswego lucky if they get 1 or even 2 goals off tonight, especially with who Hobart has in goal. It was a big-time win for the Lakers as they marched to the championship game, and their opponent would be determined by the other semifinal game, the Hobart Statesmen and the Cortland Red Dragons. James, you got the breakdown for that one.
Yeah, Hobart clinched their spot in the SUNYAC Championship a week ago on Saturday with a 4-0 victory over Cortland. Tristan Fassing made it 1-0 late in the first period, and Cortland actually escaped this period with a 1-0 lead, only down 1-0. And then on the power play in the second period, a cycle play from the blue line. We're actually going to look at this Fassing goal again. He made the defender fall, takes a shot, and gets the goaltender to move. Good celebration here from Hobart in the corner. They know they're up 1-0 in this first period. But on the power play in the second period, this is where they take the 2-0 lead. A cycle play, Morrissey to Hopspian, and all the way across to Khalil Fontana for the one-timer. Hobart hasn't allowed a goal in 21 days, guys. It's going to be real hard for Cortland to catch up, and this is going to make it worse. Off the face-off, the win by Hopspian again, his second point of the period. Fontana plays it back, and Bauer Morrissey way too much time walking right down Main Street for the snipe. 3-0 Hobart. Late in the third period, though, it's Arvega, Hopspian again. He's going to pick up his 3rd point of the night. Tanner Daniels and Fontana the assist to make it 4-0 Hobart. And that's what wrapped it all up for them to clinch this spot in the SUNYAC Championship, guys.
Thank you very much. Lakers versus the Statesmen. We got more on the championship game coming up, but we're going to send it to a quick break. Stick around right here on WTOP 10. We got more coming up on the SUNYAC Championship game.
welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan has played for the last 15 games. They beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fan? Get out of here with that. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel? That guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Watch the DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside.
Oh, okay.
Our
I
quick
don't care.
weather.
Never mind.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hewitt Hall for this pregame show. Lucas McGarry joined alongside by two brilliant hockey minds, Nick Stetter and James Fitzpatrick. Now, fellas, tonight's matchup between the Lakers and the Statesmen isn't a new one that we've seen before. This match has happened twice this season, and it has been a little bit better for one team than it has been for the other. Why don't you two break it down for me? Nick, we'll start with you.
Yeah, James, I'll start with the first matchup. We saw that 5-2 Hobart win at the Deb. I mean, it was really all Hobart there, and basically the one thing I'll say Oswego did, and the one thing that's going to kind of put my thoughts into this game a little bit, they scored. All right, Damon Weaver for the Hobart Statesman has the most shutouts in the entire country. He's the best keeper in every stat. The fact that Oswego broke the dead and scored 2 goals in that matchup shows that they're not invincible. These Statesmen, yes, they're ranked number 1 in Division III. Yes, they have everything from the best defenseman in the country to the best goaltender in the country. They can be broken, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, scoring is a big part of the game, but considering, like I said just a couple minutes ago, that Hobart hasn't allowed a goal in 3 weeks, obviously that's after those Oswego games, but considering Oswego is able to, break the ice, they scored 2 in that first game, and they were able to, put up a good fight in that game. They were really in it towards the end of the third period, so honestly, I could see a good game out of this third matchup between these two.
And do you see the 6-1 game, that game at the Cooler? Keep in mind, they are 66-0 in their last 66 games at the Cooler. They're playing out of their minds at home. That's like almost 3 years of hockey.
That is almost an entire 3 seasons worth of hockey, I think, at home for them. It is an unprecedented record that they have, and one of the best in Division III. It is just absolutely absurd to see how much the Hobart Statesmen have dominated this Lakers team, and such a dominant showing from the Statesmen. It's really, really in thanks to the experience that they have, and it could be levels above the rest. The experience due in part to their very talented and plentiful senior class. Nick, tell me about some of the Hobart seniors that could be a problem for the Lakers.
Well,
tonight.
I want to mention a fun fact first, and we got this from our buddy Chris. Chris DeLuca mentioned to me that Tanner Daniels of the Hobart Statesmen was teammates with captain of the Oswego State Lakers, Matt McQuaid, in 2021-2022 in the NHL with the Lone Star Brahmas. So that's really cool to see 2 teammates going at it for such a prestigious award, the SUNYAC Championship, and hopefully more than that if both teams make it to the national tournament, but we got a lot on that later. And also, we have Dominic Schmizzy, 24 points. He's not the greatest factor of the Hobart Statesmen, but he'll always be able to make a play. And also, Khalil Fontana. I mean, we can't talk enough about this guy. He's got 20 goals on the season, 21 maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's a lot.
But he's the seventh most goals in the country. He's been out of his mind. This captain for the Statesmen has been ridiculous. Damon Beaver, I also mentioned before, leading every statistical attribute in goalkeeping in the entire country in Division III. I mean, you can't say enough about the kid. And then also Ignat Belov. Sophomore year, he had 37 points, but these last 2 years as a senior, he's had 12 in both seasons. It's kind of a weird thing. Maybe an injury happened along the ways, but he can still also be a factor for these Statesmen.
Nick, I think out of all those guys, the one that the Lakers for sure have to be worried about has to be Damon Beaver. I mean, 3 years, 3 national championships, outstanding player of the tournament his sophomore year. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. He routinely averages a goal or less than a goal against per game in all of the seasons. I mean, if anyone is going to beat the Lakers tonight, I have a feeling it's going to be Damon Beaver. But it's going to be a very difficult day for the Lakers dealing with those players. But now, folks, we're going to shift to some game film and a breakdown. James Fitzpatrick, I believe you have the inside scoop on how both of these teams have been playing where it counts. Walk us through what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing away from the puck is key. You're going to see it a lot with the Lakers here. This one's a takeaway from the Lakers. And look at the Lakers on the ice. A takeaway by Skidmore, once again, in the neutral zone. All 5 Lakers on the screen right here, bunched up, looking for the pass, and creating space for their teammates. Another one right here. Jesse Horacek is the last guy back for the Lakers. He knows he's not the center. He's a winger on this play. Center's supposed to get back here, covers for his center in McQuaid. Now Brandon Cohen. He's all the way up the ice. He knows the puck's coming to him in that open space. He gets there. Now for Hobart, they're looking to create offense here. They get into the zone. This is good defense by Cortland. Look at them. They're going to break up the play here. And look how far back the back checkers are for Hobart on this play. That's a good 10 feet away from the puck. They're able to get back, take the puck away, and now they're going to create this into a scoring chance. Hungry on pucks. Look at them get into the zone, put it into the slot. It's a good save, but that's all because of the back check. And once again, this is a 15-foot separation. It's a 3-on-2 from the blue line. And Cortland's able to get it into the offensive zone. Of course, back check from the Hobart center, get the puck away. And that's how you win hockey games, guys. That's how you create separation, and that's how you play defense, especially in big games like this.
Wow.
Such great analysis as always, James. 2 very high caliber teams at work, but both of these teams worthy of a national recognition? Only one ranking makes that decision, the MPI. Now, James, let me come back to you really quick. The MPI is a bit confusing, so how about a little bit of an explanation about what is going on and what the Lakers might need to break it into the national tournament based on this MPI ranking?
Yeah, so first off, I'll start at the top. Hobart and Endicott, they're number 1 and number 3. They're in. They're locked for this national tournament. They're in. Next, good spots is Hamilton and UNE. Their definition of good spot is, they're in good shape, but they just have to win and they're going to get in. After that are some bubble teams in Utica and Aurora. They need to win. They're doing well. They just need to get in. After that, you got auto bid or bust, which would be St. Norbert and Geneseo, number 11 and number 13 in the country. Again, win or go home. And finally, all these bubble teams down here: Bodwin, Sal Virginia, Adrian, and then there is SUNY Oswego. And for SUNY Oswego, they need to win against Hobart tonight, otherwise they're probably done. And after reaching out to Division III Hockey on Instagram, their analysis of what Oswego needs to do is win, or you have a 0.01% chance of making it. So they need to win, otherwise they're going to go home.
That is some very low odds for the Lakers if they don't manage the win against Hobart. Some teams are a sure thing and others are up in the air. However, there are some takes that I can assure you are sure things. I am, of course, talking about Luke's locks. And folks, I got you when it comes to this kind of thing. First up, my anytime goal scorer. I'm going with the points leader for the statesman, Vega Hovsepian. He's been a sniper all season when it comes to dishing out assists, but tonight I think he gets a little greedy and nets one. Next up for the Lakers, I got the captain, Matt McQuaid, with 2 or more assists tonight. And finally, I got a combined 6 or more goals scored between these 2 teams tonight. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring affair. Nick, James, what do you guys think about that?
Got some good locks there. Maybe the 5.5 is the only thing I'd be a little hesitant about.
That was the only one I was questioning. I think I took the under last time and I was wrong. I'm taking the over this time.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'll say is it's a good thing you can't bet on Division III hockey.
I am very glad I cannot bet on Division III hockey. Now, Nick, my apologies for keeping you a little quiet for the moment. Now the floor is yours because I believe you have some numbers to break down for us. Give me your Knicks numbers on the SUNYAC championship game.
We got some very specific statistics to go over, and I really want to go back to Beaver. Damon Beaver, he's got the best save percentage in the entire country, .952%. And you're looking at the power play of Oswego, too, 3rd best in the country, 29.87. I also want to mention that Hobart sneaks up right above them with a 34.26% power play conversion. And also Hobart leading the country in 5.44 goals per game. Ridiculous stat line. You mentioned your line was 5.5 for this game. Hobart could score that alone, Lucas. These numbers are ridiculous that the Statesmen have put up recently.
Thank you very much, Dick. And boys, I think we have talked plenty. I think it's just about time we wrap things up here. But first, we got to get our score prediction in for tonight's matchup. James, I'll start with you. Who do you got winning it tonight?
5-4 Oswego. Hear me out. I know Hobart has won so many games in a row. We've talked about it. I don't care, all right? The one thing Oswego has done so well this year, comebacks and resiliency. We've seen it so many times where they're down in big games. They're down against teams that they should be up against. I could see Oswego mounting a comeback in this game. breaking the barriers and really coming down as the underdogs to win this one.
I like it.
And honestly, James, I said David and Goliath earlier in the show. That implies David has to win. David's not winning this time, all right? I see Oswego scoring a first goal quick because Hobart, they seem to be slow coming into the second and third period. That's when they really strike. I think Oswego scores the first one, but after that, they get nothing. Hobart's winning this game 4-1, in my opinion, and continuing to be the best team in the country. It may even go on to win that national championship once again.
Well, Nick, I think I got to disagree with you. I'm feeling the Oswego magic that James is feeling as well. Give me a 4-3 victory for the Lakers. I think they got a chance, and I think the magic might be right. And Oswego has a knack for winning games that they shouldn't. And I think beating a team that hasn't lost at home in 3 years, that's a pretty good way to do it. But, folks, that is going to just about do it from us. When WTOP returns, we are going to be live in the cooler smack dab in Hobart territory, where Mike Neckers and Kenny Gerard are on the call and have made the trek. Stick around for them after the break, right here on WTOP 10.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also makes you really feel. Did you start in the fall, or it's kind of like one? Still good score.
If it's hockey,
In front, they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh, boy.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy. I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here.
Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome on into Hockey Night in Hobart. We're not in Oswego tonight. We're in the cooler in Geneva, New York. I'm Kenny Gerard, your play-by-play commentator tonight, joined by my good friend, Mr. Michael Neckers. Mike, we're on the road. How are we feeling?
I am so excited. The SUNYAC championship, and there's nowhere I'd rather be than in the press box with my good friend Kenny Gerard calling the game. Sad that Paul Beatty couldn't make it tonight. He's stuck at work, but we're going to have a great time.
Absolutely, Mike. Well, let's talk about the matchup between the Pipes, and let's start with Oswego's netminder, Michael Manzi. He's got a 91.8% save percentage this season, an 11-3 record, 367 saves on 33 goals allowed, puts him at a 2.09 goals allowed average, and on the all-SUNYAC rookie team. Mike, take me through it.
Yeah, Kenny, this season has been, for lack of a better word, confusing as far as picking the goaltender for games for this Oswego team, but especially getting into this later part of the season with the playoffs, it seems like Michael Manzi has been the guy for Oswego. Not what you'd expect from the freshman goaltender, but he's doing what he needs to do. He's putting up the numbers he needs to put up, and he's really putting this team on his back, at least in the playoffs so far, and it should be a good matchup for him tonight.
Now let's talk about one of the best to do it in the nation, number 43, Damon Beaver. Now there's nobody like him in the SUNYAC, let alone in Division III hockey. A 95.2% save percentage, 17-0, has not lost, and neither has the team all season. 298 saves on 15 goals allowed, puts him at, unbelievably, 0.95 goals allowed on average, less than a goal a game, and obviously, of course, he's all SUNYAC first team.
Yeah, Kenny, I mean, This goaltender is absolutely unheard of, especially at this level. And one thing to note is his last game, the SUNYAC semifinal against Cortland, the 4-0 victory, was his 25th career shutout in a Hobart uniform. This team has not lost a game here since 2022. I mean, it's going to be a crazy matchup, and Damon Beaver is the way for this team to try and get the victory tonight.
Absurdly good team. Well, speaking of the teams, let's get into the starting lineups for tonight. Let's start with the Oswego State Lakers. In at the forward, it's going to be number 7, Connor Gatto, number 12, Matt McQuaid, and number 10, Tommy Bannister. And the forwards for the Lakers, the defenseman will be 47, Drake Semrad, and number 24, Aiden Cooper. In the net, Michael Manzi.
Yeah, Kenny, this is the starting lineup that, for the most part, Oswego's kind of gone out with all season. You have that veteran leadership from Matt McQuaid, Connor Gatto, Tommy Bannister, obviously a new face in Oswego this year, but not new to hockey. A lot of experience playing at the D1 level. It's getting loud in here right now. With this Oswego team, this first line looks beautiful. I love this pairing of Drake Semrad and Aiden Cooper. I think that's going to be a really nice way to try and get pucks out of that defensive zone as quickly as possible. And then, of course, we already talked about Michael Manzi.
Now let's talk about the Hobart Statesman starting lines. Left wing will be Tanner Daniels, then number 92, Hostband, the center, and then the right wing will be Cahill Fontana, one of the captains for the Hobart Statesman. In at the defense, Bauer Morrissey, number 4, number 24, Connor Lally, and of course number 43, Damon Beaver starting in net.
And Kenny, essentially the same exact thing here. These were the exact same lines that they showed up, that they beat Oswego with just a month back. Khalil Fontana, phenomenal player. He's the captain on this team for a reason. He does everything right, and he finds the back of the net. Same with Hovsepian, Tanner Daniels as well. Those are the 3 leading point scorers for this team. So all their star power on that first line, but that doesn't take away from the rest of those lines who are just as powerful and just as capable of finding the back of the net. Defensively, again, Bauer Morrissey and Connor Lally, both so solid back there. They get the puck out when they need to, but they're also able to move up the ice and make things happen. And then Damon Beaver in net, the best goalie in Division III hockey.
Absolutely, Mike. Let's talk about some of the stats between two of these teams. Again, Oswego, the defending SUNYAC champions. Hobart, after the NE8C dissolved last season, now the new members of the SUNYAC this year, and while they have had quite the start, they have 5.4 goals per game. That puts them at first place in the nation. At 0.9 goals allowed per game, also at first place in the nation. So guess what? Their scoring margin, 4.5, first place in the nation. And for their power play percentage, 34%, second place in the nation. On the PK, 90.9%, fourth place in the nation.
And Kenny,
unbelievable.
It's getting loud in there. The only statistic where you think the Lakers might have the edge is the amount of penalties they commit per game with 3.9, one of the lowest in NCAA hockey. But guess what? Hobart has the exact same, both sitting at 3.9. Hobart leads in every statistical category. The odds are set against the Oswego State Lakers tonight, but they have an opportunity to shock the entire world, the entire D3 hockey scene, and mark their way to the NCAA tournament.
Mike, if I told you I had any clue what you just said, I'd be lying. It is loud. It's heating up in the cooler. Let's look at the Oswego side of it now. 4.0 goals per game. That puts them at 10th place in the nation. 2.3 goals allowed per game. That puts them at 14th in the country. And a 1.7 scoring margin. That puts them at 13th. Very good. All in the top 15. Their power play, though, 29.9% of the season. Just dropped below at 30%. Puts them right behind the Statesmen at 3rd place for the 3rd best power play in the nation. And a 90.4% PK. Right behind the Statesmen again. 6th best in the country. So special teams, Mike, in this one, going to be massive. The power plays and the penalty kill units are going to be showing for both squads. Only stat that Hobart does not beat Oswego in is penalties per game, and it's actually a tie at 3.9.
So, Kenny, believe it or not, that is exactly what I just said to you before you read it all down to me. It is loud in here tonight. The Oswego State Lakers have not by any means had a bad season. They're sitting at 19-6-2, just 3 away losses on the year. But coming into the cooler, it's going to be a tough task for them. This Hobart team does not lose at home. Kenny, what do you think Oswego needs to do to walk out of here with a victory tonight?
Well, I mean, they got to score first. Hobart has scored first in every single game. Every game they played this season, the Statesmen score first. If Oswego can turn the tide on scoring first and get some momentum here in the cooler, that could be huge for the Lakers. Skate fast, skate hard for this Lakers team. Hobart, they are some of the best, if not the best in the country at getting down ice and getting pucks in deep. If the Lakers can do that better, it can make out victory for them.
Yeah, Kenny, the Statesmen taking the ice as the starting lineups are announced now, and I'm just so excited for this matchup. Mark Taylor, confident heading into this matchup for the Statesmen. The Lakers got to be feeling some pressure, feeling a little bit of the shakes, but there's so much excitement in the air tonight, and I can't wait to get started.
Well, combined score 11-3 victories for Hobart this year. The Statesmen, they've owned them in recent time, but the Lakers are 36-11-2 all time. This will be their 50th matchup in history. Hobart's lost 3 games in 3 seasons. One of them was to Lakers. Will the Lakers be the 4th one, or will Hobart become the SUNYAC champions? Be sure to find out soon. We're going to throw it down ringside now for the anthems of the United States and Canada. I'm Kay Gerard, that's Mike Neckers. You're watching Hockey Night in Hobart right here on WTOP 10.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also makes you really feeling because you start in the fall, where it's kind of like one still good sport.
If it's hockey,
it's what they score!
It's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams, how do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy. I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here.
Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back to Geneva, New York, and welcome back into the cooler. I'm Kenny Gerard, providing your play-by-play commentary tonight. Joined alongside Mr. Michael Neckers as we are set to get underway for the SUNYAC championship between the Lakers and the Statesmen. Mike, any more thoughts before we get started here?
Well, Kenny, I gave you all my thoughts in the pregame. This is looking to be a great matchup between the reigning SUNYAC champions and the reigning national champions here tonight. I'm also working camera alongside color commentary, so going to do the best I can here, but just about underway here in the cooler.
As we get set for puck drop, Lakers Statesmen SUNYAC championship on the line, and opening faceoff goes Oswego and a dump down to the Hobart end, and Damon Beaver out of crease to pass it over. Back around the boards from D'Amatos into the corner. A Let's Go Lakers chant erupting here in the cooler. Plenty of Laker fans here tonight, as well as Hobart. That pass goes wide in the net from Mendelson. Back off the boards over to Ryan. Mendelson back behind with Gatto and the referee on the far side glass. Plenty of fans around. Manzi looks around the backside to get to the puck, and Hobart retains possession. Statesmen getting near the blue line, back around the boards, down over to Mendelson. Mendelson, that'll be over to Fazig. Fazig goes down on the ice. Semrad trying to get a poke at it, and the Lakers get possession back and get it out of the offensive zone for the Statesmen. Gatto will clear it out, and the Lakers go for a change after a long starting shift.
Yeah, Kenny, a much needed change there for the Lakers. This Hobart team coming out quick.
Got a glove save from Damon Beaver, drops it back down on the ice and back into neutral ice as Mike Ergo gets it. Near center ice, that's over to Baker. Baker will pass it off the backboards. Beaver gets it on his stick near the crease. We'll pass it into the corner over to Morrissey. Morrissey and Fudger tangled up in the corner. And back around the boards over to Hobart. And here come the Statesmen now with Toth. Toth, they'll take it all 50 feet across the blue line. Toth takes a shot, and that's a save right into the chest of Michael Manzi.
Yeah, Kenny, a really nice save there from Michael Manzi. Does a good job getting in front of that puck before any damage can be done. But now an offensive face-off here for the Hobart Statesmen. So not out of hot water for the Lakers quite yet.
Face-off coming on the near side. That one goes to the Statesman, knocked down by Lally. Lally off the boards and dumped back into the zone by Morrissey. Burke in the corner with it now for the Lakers. Pass back off the boards towards Horacek. Horacek will clear it into neutral ice, and it's picked up by Lally. Lally, pass intercepted by Burke. Burke is in the offensive zone for the Lakers. Burke takes a shot, and that's a chest save by Damon Beaver.
Yeah, and a really nice save there by Damon Beaver. Gets right on top of the puck early, and some extracurriculars from the Oswego State Lakers, but Beaver keeps his cool, so now a face-off down here in a dangerous position for Oswego State.
Face-off coming on the near side, face-off circle of the Hobart end. Burke in for Oswego. That one goes to the Lakers. Cohen takes a shot off the face mask of Beaver, back into the near side corner. And the Statesmen get it back in their own end. They'll get it into neutral ice. Here comes Morrissey now. Morrissey passes down the near side boards and back into the offensive end as it's recouped by Gilmore and the Lakers. Here's Brendan Gilmore now behind the red line. He'll pass it up down the near side and up to Grenier. Grenier cross-ice pass. Here's Cole with a shot and another save from Damon Beaver. And a couple of nice shots here, Mike, to start things off for the Lakers.
Yeah, Kenny, and I'm loving this energy and this speed that Oswego is playing with right now, something we didn't see the first two times they played Hobart. So exciting to see this pace and energy, but they got to keep it up going through this entire game.
Face off on the near side of the Hobart end. That one goes to the Lakers. Vossalo shot, poked in front, and no way to get around Fontana. But the Lakers keep it on side with Semrad. Semrad on the far side boards. That's back down over to Doolin. Doolin for Hobart down the near side. Statesman now with possession. Elliott dumps it off the stick of Manzi. Hosapane with an out. Sets it up behind the net. Bats back up to Elliott at the blue line. Doolin off the far side boards. Statesman with possession with Ryan on the near side. Ryan in the corner. Loses it, and Semrad gets back to it for the Lakers. Here is Semrad. Semrad gets it out of the offensive end of the Statesmen and back into the offensive end of the Lakers. Fossalo pass down the corner in time. Bannister who gets lit up by Doolin in the far side corner. Hobart student section loving that one. And that one is thrown out of play. Replays tonight will be presented to you by Wanzones Calzones. The night is not complete without a Tomcat. Mike, what are we seeing?
Kenny, a lot of physicality here from both of these teams. I mean, we saw it right there, a huge hit up against the boards. But the Oswego team doing a good job of skating with this Hobart team so far. Got to keep it up if they want to stay in this one.
Far side face-off circle of the Hobart end. In for the Lakers is the captain, Matt McQuaid. And the assistant captain, Faye Zig, is in for the Statesmen. That one goes to Hobart, and the Statesmen are back underway, getting into the offensive end. Here comes Ryan down the near side. Ryan's pass in front, open lane, shot goes wide off the back boards, and a good shot right on Manzi, but goes just wide for the Statesmen. Good first real chance of the night for the Statesmen as the Lakers get it back on the offensive end. McQuaid skating up, he'll pass up to Bannister under his skate. Baker elects to stay on the ice. As Bannister goes down to the far side boards, the Statesmen take it back. They'll pass it off the glass. That's in a neutral ice for Simpson. Simpson tries to get it back across the blue line, and he does. And the Statesmen take it back with the Lakers going off for a change. Statesman with possession will dump it all the way across. Manzi calls for the icing, and he will not get it. Baker trying to take a stab at it, and Simpson gets it back now for Oswego. Fudger watches it go down to the Hobart end. Beaver calls for the icing, and Beaver will get the icing call. Mike, it's a packed barn here in the cooler. Plenty of Laker fans and plenty of Hobart fans here to show out for this SUNYAC championship.
Yeah, Kenny, packed indeed. And a missed icing call down on the far side. Manzi put the glove up, didn't get it, and then almost the exact same scenario. Damon Beaver gets it on this end. But now a face-off in that offensive zone for the Statesmen.
That one goes all the way back to the Hobart end, and they will chase it down with Chow, and will be another icing, so we'll get reset exactly back where we started.
Another icing call on Oswego, kind of slowing things down now, which is fine for them, but they got to keep the pace of play high when the puck is in play. So taking these moments to slow down, take a breath is really good, but got to keep this up.
Face off on the far side of the Oswego zone, goes a little bit of nowhere, and then to the Lakers. Hobart getting possession back. That's knocked back around the boards by Chow. Trepanier can't get to it, so Simons gets there on the near side. Simons near the bench, and it's poked away. And Simons trying to get it back on side for the Lakers. He'll dump it across the blue line. Burke storms down for it, can't get there, and Oswego goes off for a change, and Hobart gets possession. Here's Toth now for the Statesman. Toth near center ice will take it all 50 feet himself into the offensive end. Toth gets around, looks for a lane to shoot, can't find it, guarded by Payon. Sets up in front, shot, they score! And the Hobart Statesmen strike first with Shimizi. 1-0 for the best of the country.
And they're the reigning, defending national champions for a reason. Shimizi gets the job done on this one. A beautiful goal. Puck comes across the defensive end, slot it right past Manzi on that top left side. A beautifully taken goal. And Oswego's defense not doing a bad job, but need to block those passing lanes there.
That goal replay was brought to you by Wanzone's Calzones. As Hobart strikes first, and they keep the streak alive. Nobody has scored first on the Statesman all season long, and it will stay that way here in the SUNYAC Championship. 1-0 Hobart here with just less than 5 minutes gone in the first period. Statesman with it again in their own end. Doolin with it now. Doolin gets spun around. Lakers get it back with Voslo quickly stolen away by Hosapane. That's back over to Daniels. On the far side, Doolin will pass it up. And skating down here come the Statesmen, stolen away by the Lakers as Cooper gets a stick on it, followed behind by Lally. Voslo knocks it down, Semrad poking for it, and they have it again with Hosapane. Hosapane passes back over to Morrissey. Morrissey gets his pass intercepted by Ryan and back into neutral ice for the Lakers. They try to get it into the offensive end. There's a shot that goes into the glove of Damon Beaver, and he'll knock it down for McDonough. McDonough will pass it up the near side, center ice pass again. This one's up to Daniels. Daniels tries to make a move, guarded by Simpson, gets it poked away, and Simpson takes it back for the Lakers. Simpson down the near side up to Bannister. Bannister knocks into the offensive end. Damon Beaver pushes it away. Gatto takes it with that in the near side corner, and a cross ice pass from the Statesman. That one's up to Mendelson. Mendelson down the far side, sets it up in front. Nobody there for the centering pass. On the near side, Gatto skates in to get there. Baker passes back. Hobart keeps it again. Too much traffic on that one, and Gatto has it back. Gatto cross-ice pass over to McQuaid. McQuaid near the blue line, and everybody's got to reset. There won't be onside, and that's up to McQuaid onside. McQuaid can't keep a handle on it, loses his footing, and it goes back into neutral ice for Ergo. Ergo. Pass over to Payon on the far side. Payon takes a shot, and that's going to be an offsides on the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers just getting a little too jumpy on this one. Payon finds himself just barely offsides by a fingernail there, but that's all it takes. Hand goes up, and now a face here in the neutral zone.
Near the blue line of the Hobart zone, a face-off. Fudger in for Oswego, and Trepanier is in for the Statesman. That one goes to the Lakers. Payon back around the boards. Beaver out of crease to stop it. And D'Amatos in the corner for it for Hobart. And that pass goes into neutral ice. Payon gets it back in the Oswego end. Off the boards, intercepted by Chow. Chow will pass back over to D'Amatos. D'Amatos will dump it all the way down to the Laker end. Manzi calls for the icing, and he will get it. First icing of the night for the Statesmen, and Mike gets 1-0 Hobart.
Yeah, Kenny, this Oswego team came out fast, came out flying across the ice, but it didn't last long. Hobart settled in pretty quickly, found their footing, and almost immediately found the back of the net. This Oswego team knows what they're up against. They know this is a strong Hobart team, and they've got their work cut out for them tonight.
Nobody said it wouldn't be an uphill climb for the Lakers to get a victory in this one, and Hobart just got to keep playing the same brand of hockey they played all year long. That pass off the boards. It's up to Semrad, who gets hit near the fans. And Burke with it now in front, centering pass poked away by the Statesman near the crease as Cooper keeps it onside for Oswego. He'll take a shot, too much traffic in front, and take it back by Hobart. Here comes D'Amatos now in a 3-on-2 rush. His pass is poked by Cooper. Trepanier behind the net, taken back by Cohen and the Lakers. Cohen will pass up to Burke. Burke will dump it across the blue line, knocked down by the Statesman, and it's back to Hosapane. Hosapane down the near side and all the way down to Manzi. He'll stay in the crease and elect to let Simpson go get it. And it's stolen away by Toth. Toth, pass back over to Duclair. Duclair can't keep his handle on it, and it goes back to the Lakers. Here comes Voslo. Voslo can't keep it again, and the Statesmen take it right back in their own end. Down to the near side boards. Hobart skating down quickly. Simpson goes back on the back check, trying to get the puck back. Shimizi behind him and back around the boards. Over to Vosslow. Vosslow whiffs on the pass. Shimizi chasing behind. Ryan gets a stab at it, and it's back into neutralize. Hobart will be forced to reset. Lally gets it across the blue line. Chasing down now is Fontana. Fontana with possession for Hobart as they go for a change. That's taken back by Simpson. And Simpson trying to get it across the blue line. Vosslow takes a whiff at it, and back down to the Hobart zone it goes for Doolin. Doolin will pass it over. Cross-ice pass goes over to Daniels. Daniels on the far side. Daniels gets it intercepted by Gilmore and taken right back by Fontana. Look for a shot in front, poked away by Manzi. And Bala takes a whiff at it, gets a nice block in front. Gilmore spun around and gets possession of the puck for Oswego. Near the blue line, Doolin will pass it back around the boards. It'll be chased by Hosapane. Hosapane and Gatto going for it. Bala has it now, and he'll dump it up and out of play. And we'll get a stoppage. Still over halfway to go here, Mike, in the first. And what does Oswego got to do here to get a goal?
Well, Kenny, plain and simple, Hobart is just dominating this offensive zone, not letting Oswego even break out of the neutral zone, and it's sloppy play from Oswego that's really biting them in the tail. I mean, just every single time they get the puck, it seems like someone mishandles it or someone slips on the ice, and they've got to clean up their play here.
Far side face-off circle, the Oswego zone goes to the Statesman. Back around the boards, that's over to Fasig. Fasig can't get a handle on it. Fudger and Payon behind the red line. And it's taken back by the Lakers with Ergo. Here comes Ergo, outmanned. Will dump it near Beaver. Beaver will poke it away from the crease. And Doolin wraps it back around the boards. There's a huge hit laid by Fudger on Mendelson and all the way back for the Statesman. They'll be forced to reset. Fasig trying to get a handle on it. Tangled up with Fudger down the near side. And this one will be blown dead. Going to be an offside going against the Statesman.
Yeah, Kenny, and this could be the break the Lakers needed here. I mean, Hobart just dominating them offensively in the neutral zone, but this stoppage could be a fresh set of legs coming in for the Lakers.
Face-off coming near the blue line of the Oswego zone on the near side. Shimizi is in for the Statesman, and Matt McQuaid for the Lakers. 11:15 left to go here in the first. Still 1-0 Statesman. Duclair does come in for the face-off, and the Lakers get it with McQuaid. Cooper will pass it near the blue line. Shimizi pokes at it again, and it'll be picked up by Toth in the corner. Toth gets hit by Gatto. Shimizi couldn't keep a handle on it, and Bannister has it back up to McQuaid. McQuaid over to Semrad. Semrad down the near side, board battle for the puck. And back around the boards to McDonough for the Statesman. Duclair flying down the near side. Has a lane near the red line. Looks to spin around to shoot. He'll take a backhand shot pass, and he goes nowhere. Semrad try to get it back now for Oswego. Semrad can't get a handle on it, but Burke gets it back for Oswego and stolen away immediately by McDonough. And the Statesmen have it again with Andres. There's a shot. That one goes wide of Manzi and up and into the netting. And we'll get another stoppage of play with 10:25 left to go here in the first.
Yeah, Kenny, and the main thing I want to take note of right now is just the speed at which the Hobart Statesmen are playing. I mean, we saw Andres flying across the ice, Chris Duclair flying across the ice there. The Lakers need to find a way to neutralize that and slow down the Statesmen.
A lot of teams have tried and a lot of teams have failed to slow down the Statesmen. The Lakers trying to be that first team this year. Hobart's won 66 straight here in the cooler. Oswego trying to break a lot of streaks tonight. Hobart has the longest active winning streak in the country. NCAA longest home winning record of all time. Would be a huge upset if Oswego can pull it off, but the Statesmen in control here early on, still up 1-0 as we're just approaching the halfway mark here in the first. Down the near side, Baker pass will go all the way down to the Hobart zone. Beaver does not call for the icing. Lally has it behind the boards. And back in a neutral ice, Bala to hit. And Gilmore will chase it down behind Manzi in the red line. Pass off the boards to Bala. Bala. That's over to Grenier. Grenier near the blue line. Over to Ryan. Ryan at the face-off circle. Goes down to the corner, guarded by Doolin. Doolin and Ryan both go down. Hobart takes it right back. Here's Daniels. Daniels will just dump it past Manzi. Manzi will come out of the crease to pass it along the boards. Grenier will pass it back over to Bala. On the far side, Bala and Daniels. Daniels takes down Bala. And another Statesman goes down. And Oswego trying to get possession back in their own end. Grenier takes a stab at it. Gilmore gets there, and Gilmore will take it down the near side, guarded by Doolin. And Oswego will go for a full change. A little bit of a long shift there for the Lakers as the Statesmen get it back with Morrissey. Morrissey goes down to a knee, still trying to go at it. What a play from the Statesmen, but doesn't work out as Semrad gets it back. Drake Semrad down the far side. Fudger passes intercepted by Morrissey. Morrissey's pass is knocked down by Ergo. Ergo looks for a lane down the near side. Ergo can't keep a handle on it. Stolen back by the Statesmen with McDonough. And McDonough takes it up the near side. McDonough gets hit by Simons along the board. And back down to Manzi. Manzi wraps it around. That's up to Simons. Buck loose and neutral ice and stolen away by the Statesmen as McQuaid tries to take a poke at it and pass back around. Cooper has it now for the Lakers. Back over to Payon. Payon back over to Cooper, goes behind him. Chasing in now is Mendelson. Mendelson looks for a pass that's intercepted by Payon and knocked away. McQuaid goes back over to Shimizi. Shimizi in front, shot goes wide. Gatto down the near side with it now for the Lakers. He'll pass it over to Payon. Payon takes it on the far side, gets hit. Nice hit from the Hobart defenseman. And the Statesmen have it again now in their own end. Lakers get it back in neutral ice with Baker. Baker will pass off the near side board. Shimizi has it. Shimizi gets lit up by Bannister trying to go for it, and Bannister gets it in the near side corner. Pass around the boards, intercepted by the Statesmen with Duclair. Duclair couldn't get a handle, but it's poked away and it's taken back by Shimizi. Duclair behind, takes a shot, and it gets poked off the stick by Baker. A nice check there from the Lakers to make sure that one didn't get in. And a wide open lane there for the Statesmen. Plenty of opportunities so far here for Hobart. Bala loses it, shot, goes off the crossbar. You've got to be kidding me if you're a Statesman fan. That's as close as it's going to get without going in. Trepanier with it now, near the face-off circle, looks for a lane to shoot. Another one off the crossbar. Back-to-back bad luck for Hobart, and two shots ring off the bar in the cooler. Mikey, can you believe that one?
Kenny, absolutely absurd. We've seen crazy things happening with this Oswego State team all season long. Did we really expect anything different on the road in the cooler for the SUNYAC championship? What a sequence. I think you talked for 5 straight minutes there. First of all, Drake Semrad got really lucky. A completely missed blatant tripping call there, right on the blue line, and then just post after post after post here.
Hobart gets it off the face-off with Morrissey. Morrissey at the face-off circle. He'll pass it back over. Shot, too much traffic in front. Rebounded behind the net with Trepanier. Trepanier gets it back in front and taken back by the Lakers behind the net. Ryan gets it back over to Gilmore. Gilmore back over to Bala. Bala sets up the offense for Oswego. Bala up to Gilmore. Gilmore will take it down the near side. Gilmore will wrap it around the boards. Lally gets there with Grenier, and Hobart has possession. Morrissey's pass goes all the way down past Manzi, and it will be an icing against the Statesmen. And Mike, we're just talking about that is some bad luck for Hobart. A couple of shots as close as they can get, but not great news for the Lakers because those are a couple of shots that did get behind Manzi, but just by a matter of inches, it's still 1-0, not 3-0.
Yeah, Kenny, and I mean, we saw Brandon Milberg, the same thing happened to him when the Lakers faced off here about a month ago. 5 goals let in the first about period and a half. Manzi came in relieved, let in just 1 more. But this is an Oswego team that struggled with the goaltender battle all season long. And Manzi's held his own very well, but that's 3 shots getting past him already here.
Simpson with it now down the far side boards, and that'll be chased down into the zone by Elliott. Elliott will pass over to Doolin. Doolin will pass up, and here comes the Statesman. Here's a lane out for Hosapane. Backhander gets poked away, and a delayed penalty coming against Oswego. It'll be 6-on-5 now until it does that and goes out of play, or Oswego gets a chance, but delayed penalty will be a hooking call going against Oswego, so the Statesmen get their first power play of the game.
Yeah, Kenny, Oswego cannot afford to go a man down here. I mean, we talked about the statistics in the pregame. Hobart, 34% on their power play. They can't afford to do this. Oswego already down 1-0, needs to shut down this power play, needs to get the puck out, get it together into the ice, quick line changes. That's going to be their only way to try and stay in this matchup.
Oswego with a 90.4% PK, 8 goals allowed and 83 attempts. That puts them at 6th place in Division III hockey. For Hobart, 36 goals on 106 attempts. That's a 34.0% power play percentage. That puts them as the 2nd best power play in the United States as the penalty kill starts early here for the Lakers. They clear it out of the zone. Statesman get it back into the offensive end, bouncing off the boards. Oslo can't get there, poked around the boards. Gatto trying to get there with Semrad and Gilmore. Into the near side boards. D'Amatos. Setting up in front, goes behind the net. Hobart unable to get much going there. Ergo takes it back now for Oswego. And the Lakers have a short-handed. Will get it out of the zone. Ergo will just take it down by himself, wasting time, takes a shot. But that one's poked right in front by Chow. And Hobart gets it back. 1:15 left on the Hobart Statesman power play. D'Amatos will take it out for Hobart. Statesman will wrap it back around the boards. Manzi calls for an icing, and he will get the call. 1:05 left of the power play.
Yeah, Kenny, an icing call gives Oswego an offensive face-off. Still a man down, but you never know what could happen on these opportunities. You know, possibly a shorthanded goal coming up here, but Oswego, a lot of work to do in this offensive zone, especially a player down.
Lakers looking for a momentum change. Hobart looking to take advantage here on the power play. Again, the second best in the United States, but Oswego sitting at 6th best on the penalty kill. That one goes to the Statesman. Bannister trying to get it back in front and into the near side corner. The Statesman with possession, and they'll get it going. Here's Fontana. That goes back over to Daniels. Lally with it now down the near side. Lally will pass back. Hosapane will take it across center ice. Gets it into the offensive end. Still 5-on-4 here for Hobart. Payon back around the boards, looking to get back to it. And Lally has it near the blue line. Sets it back inside. Bannister gets it in, clears it out of the zone for the Lakers, leaving 33 seconds of the Hobart power play. Morrissey down the far side now for Hobart. Morrissey looks for a pass, goes right off of the chest of Semrad, trying to stab at it again. And cleared out of the zone by Matt McQuaid. And Hosapane will chase it down with Lally back into the Hobart end. 10 seconds left on the Statesman power play. Here comes Lally. Lally, pass up to Toth. Toth down the near side. Toth makes a move and cleared out of the zone again by Semrad. Knocked back on side, and they'll be forced to reset. Here comes Gilmore as Oswego returns to full strength and kill off the penalty. And this one's blown dead. It's going to be an offside going against the Lakers. And what a momentum killer there for Oswego. They kill off the penalty. You start coming back on side, full power. Offsides.
Yeah, and Kenny, a crucial penalty kill there from the Oswego State Lakers. And it's just been thrown away with this offsides. A chance for a breakaway there. And instead of the rush, now a face-off in the neutral zone. Not what Oswego needed to do there.
Statesman get out the face-off near the blue line. Andrus takes a shot. And that one's saved by Michael Manzi. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play as Ergo goes down. Sticks standing up with 3:48 left to go here in the first, Mike.
Yeah, Kenny, and we wouldn't expect any less in the SUNYAC championship game. Physicality is going to be a part of it. Big hits are going to be a part of it. Near goals are going to be a part of it. But Manzi does a nice job of keeping his cool there, covering the puck. And now the Lakers just got to get it out of the defensive zone.
Fudger in for the Lakers, and Trepanier is in for the Statesman. Near side of the Oswego zone. That one goes to the Statesman, but quickly taken back by Ergo. Ergo storming down the near side, gets it past Doolin. Doolin gets it back again on the near side boards. Hobart regains possession of their own end as down goes Doolin from a hit from Fudger. And there's a huge hit laid into the boards by Trepanier right below the bench. Elliott with it now down the far side. Elliott looks for a lane, can't find it. We'll pass it back up, shot. Goes wide to Manzi, he'll stay in the crease. And this one will be blown dead as it's frozen. And a little bit of extra pushing and shoving afterwards. Again, two teams in the SUNYAC will always have some pushing and shoving in the SUNYAC finals, but Hobart, one of those teams is going to quickly become a rival of the Lakers at some point soon, Mike. I won't be here for it, but I'm sure you will be.
Yeah, Kenny, one more year here in Oswego for me, and I'm so excited for it, regardless of the outcome tonight. The physicality is at an all-time high right now. Back-to-back scuffles after the play ends there, and another offensive face-off here for the Hobart Statesmen.
Face-off goes to the Statesman. There's a shot. That one saved by Manzi. And a ripper from Duclair that just doesn't go. Duclair with it again off the rebound. Keeps it on sides. But Horacek will chase back down the near side boards. And it's picked up by D'Amatos. D'Amatos will pass over to Shimizi. Shimizi near the red line. Sends it on sides to Ryan. Ryan. Duclair Can't get the shot off. Simpson takes it back, and the Lakers steal it away. Here's Burke with it now. Burke, pass off the boards, and behind the net for McDonough. McDonough gets it from behind, and down the near side it goes again for Hobart, getting it out of the zone. And the Statesmen tangled up with Semrad. Simpson gets possession of it for Oswego, and he'll pass up to the captain, Matt McQuaid. McQuaid, that's up to Bannister. Bannister looks for a lane. Shot! Save, puck still loose in front, and goes back behind the net with Bannister, and a backboard battle for it right in front of the students of the Hobart Statesmen, who are loving this one so far as Hobart comes up the near side with Mendelson. Mendelson gets it on side. Mendelson takes a shot between the legs of Semrad, and saving by Michael Manzi.
Yeah, and Kenny, that was the first real opportunity we've seen for the Lakers since those first couple of minutes of play. But coming right back the other way, Mendelson flies down this near side of the ice past the entire Oswego defense and almost puts one past Manzi. They got to figure out a way to stop those rushes.
Face-off coming on the near side face-off circle, the Oswego zone. It's Hosepane in, and Burke for Oswego. And Burke wins the face-off for the Lakers. Gilmore's pass goes out of play, and we'll get another stoppage and another face-off.
Yeah, Kenny, another face-off. Someone got a little bit jumpy on that one, so we'll try it again. And the Lakers, in this defensive zone, they need to get the puck out, plain and simple. They need to try and get a line change in when they can and move into that offensive end.
Burke jumps, he'll join out. Horacek will come in, he'll face off with Hobsbane. And Hobsbane gets checked by Horacek, but Hobart wins the face-off. Lally skates all the way around, stopped by Burke, but will lose his stick on it. There's a shot from Chow, and that one saved by Manzi. Loose glove on the ice for the Statesman, an orange glove out there. Horacek trying to get there, Cohen gets there, and here's some extracurriculars between Burke and Daniels.
Yeah, Kenny, completely off the play. Burke and Daniels going at it. Looked like Daniels hooked Burke after Burke lost his stick, went to go pick it up. And now Burke taking a trip over to the side for the Lakers. Getting a new stick, and we'll see if there's any call here, but again, it's the SUNYAC championship. Things are gonna get scrappy, things are gonna get aggressive, and they just gotta roll with the punches here.
Minute 55 left to go here in the first, in the cooler in Geneva, New York. You're watching Hockey Night in Hobart here on WTOP 10. Kenny Gerard alongside Mr. Michael Meckers. And it is going to be a penalty going against the Statesmen after that one. So Oswego will go on the power play for the rest of the first period. A minute and 55 left on the clock. If Oswego doesn't score on the power play here, it'll leave 5 seconds to start off the second period. Going to be a slashing call that does it for the Statesmen. So.
Yeah, Kenny, and that's a sloppy penalty to give up for this Statesman team. I mean, yes, they're ahead 1-0, but they can't afford it, and it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-4 here instead, Kenny.
So no power play for the Lakers. They call one against Oswego as well, and we're on to 4-on-4 for the next minute and 52 to end out the first. And that will start off the second period with 5 seconds, 4-on-4 shot! Saved by Manzi and taken away from the crease by Bannister. Back over to Payon. Payon will take it down the near side for Oswego. Again, 4-on-4 penalties on both sides, both slashing calls. And this one is blown dead. Going to be an offsides again on the Lakers. And Mike, if Oswego wants a chance in this one, they have to get onside properly.
Yeah, Kenny, I think that's the third offside call we've seen in this first period alone. Just sloppy from Oswego State. In a 4-on-4 with a rush like that, you cannot afford to go offsides because there was an opportunity to get to the net at least there.
Lakers get the face-off and neutralize. Payon back over to Baker. Baker back over to Payon. Payon. Pass up to Bannister. Another Let's Go Lakers chant erupting in the rink. Hobart with possession off the boards of Toth. Toth takes a shot and whiffs on it. Baker gets it behind the red line, and Payon there as well. Minute and 13 left to go here in the first. Again, 4-on-4 the rest of the way out here through this first period. Bannister takes a pass stolen away and loses his stick and breaks it. And back on the back check. There's a shot. That one goes high. Amanzi coming from Lally.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
1 minute remains here in the first. Battle of 24s between Lally and Cooper. Right in front of the fans. Again, a lot of green and gold here in the cooler. towards the Manzi side of the ice right now, the Oswego zone. Down on the Hobart side, you can see plenty of students here to show out for the Statesmen. Statesmen looking for their first SUNYAC championship in history and their first season in the SUNYAC. Oswego is looking to go back-to-back after topping Plattsburgh last year at home for the chip. They'll have a much tougher challenge here against Hobart in the cooler. On the near side, kept on sides by Doolin. This one will be blown dead. And we'll get another stoppage play with 20.6 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Kenny, 25 seconds left in both these penalties, so they'll carry over into the second period. Oswego still with probably one more chance to try and find the back of the net, or on the other side of the ice, Hobart with a chance to double this lead and going ahead 2-0. Hobart with the offensive faceoff. The Lakers are going to look to stop this one.
Lakers get off the faceoff in their own end, but taken back by Housepayne. Housepayne down on the ice, still trying to get up as Payon gets there for the Lakers. Payon pass over to Ergo. Time winding off the clock. Ergo trying to chase it down. Ergo centering pass. Payon backhand shot goes wide of the net. Ryan trying to get there as well, and puck will freeze and end the first period. Well, after one here in the SUNYAC championship, it's the Hobart Statesmen 1, the Oswego State Lakers nothing. Damon Beaver with 100% save percentage still has a clean sheet through this one. 7 saves and no goals allowed. Michael Manzi saved 12 shots and got 1 goal by him. Puts him at a 92.3% save percentage. Mike, really close.
Kenny, closer than I think anyone expected this to be at the end of the first period. Closer than Oswego was either of the first 2 times they faced off against the Statesmen this season. 1-0 is not a bad deficit for them to be sitting at right now. Is it beautiful? Do they love it? No. They obviously want to be ahead, but Oswego is in a good spot based on where they've been this season.
Well, Mike, that's going to do it for the first period. As we get set for the first intermission, we'll send you back out to Oswego, New York for the intermission report as we take a break here in Geneva in the cooler. I've been Kenny Gerard. This has been Michael Neckers. We'll see you for the second period.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat. Okay?
Okay.
Let me show you, because your team is a failure. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Whoa. Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready?
I swear to God. Oh my
Everyone.
God. All right, put the bat down.
All right.
The number's like.
Sorry, Julie.
You're right.
Sorry.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
One period in the books here in the SUNYAC Championship Final between the Oswego State Lakers and the Hobart Statesmen. Hello everyone, my name is Lucas McGarry, joined along by Nick Stetter and James Fitzpatrick in the beautiful Studio A in Hewitt Hall. And gentlemen, it was a fast-paced, if I might say so myself, first period of action between these two teams, and we're just going to get right into it. I think over the first couple of minutes, it was a very even game. The Lakers and the Statesmen both seemed to be playing pretty well, pretty clean. Lakers had a couple of good shots early on, tested David Beaver, but then unfortunately for the Lakers, it was the Hobart Statesmen who would take the advantage first. James, talk about that first goal.
Yeah, well, it started with Tomasz Toth. He's bringing it into the offensive zone himself. He goes all the way around the net. He's making every defenseman on the Lakers lose their man by the amount of pivoting and puck movement that he's doing. His eyes all over the place. The Lakers don't know where he's going. All of a sudden, Dominic Schmizzy, wide open in front. He finds space for himself, finds the back of the net, past the blocker Michael Manzi, has had a little trouble with his blocker side this season. They tested him early, and it worked out.
I mean, like you said, Hobart, one of the best teams, and wide open, as you said, for Dominic Schmizzy. How about them apples? And it's a 1-0 lead for the Statesmen. Now, Nick, I want to come to you because after that, the Lakers started to struggle, and it seemed like they got very frantic, and we saw a lot of sloppiness and errant passes from them. What did we see from the Lakers? And what do you think happened?
Yeah, James mentioned it while we were watching the call. James, you mentioned the panic started to settle in for the Lakers. It seemed like that one goal kind of shook them up a little too much, and they're making errant passes. There was a play where we saw 2 post-its in a row. That was made from an errant pass that the Hobart Statesmen just scooped up and brought right back into the offensive zone of the Lakers. They're playing so much faster than the Lakers. The one thing I'll give the Lakers, they're playing with very good physicality. They're strong on the boards. They're strong in the middle of the zones and stuff, neutral zones. But realistically, Hobart have every advantage minus that right now. They're playing so quick. They're playing so strong. And we've seen this score 1-0 in every first period game in the last 3 games. Fredonia was 1-0 and Cortland was 1-0. This is a start. Hobart's starting to understand stuff. The Lakers really need to adapt to what Hobart is doing.
Yeah, it just seems like the Lakers are having trouble with anything that Hobart is sending out, and I think it has to do first with that just ultra speedy and suffocating defense that Hobart constantly has. It feels like the Lakers can't even get anything close to the net. After the first couple of minutes, they had good shots, and then it was 8 whole minutes that they got skunked. No shots on goal, no nothing, as the Statesmen just completely smothered them. James, what do you do if you're the Lakers offense to counter this unbelievable defense in the second period?
Well, I mean, I talked about it in the pregame show that both teams, they love back-checking. They back-check hard. They work hard for these pucks. That's more what we saw out of Hobart, that, like you said, in that first period. And for Oswego, I mean, you got to really work harder to, maintaining the puck and maintaining possession. You can't get rid of the puck so quickly. One thing I said to you guys during that first period is how quickly they're just reacting to having the puck. It's like they're expecting the pressure to come to them and almost like, oh God, this guy's coming, he's coming towards me. He's, I got to get rid of this puck right now, but the guy's also like not near him. So for the Lakers, you got to hold on to the puck longer, make the plays by yourselves, and get the puck deep before they come to you, and be able to utilize your speed, your physicality, and your way of playing hockey before they can come after you.
It's the SUNYAC championship. You gotta be able to push past the pressure that the Statesmen are putting on when you're on offense. If you are the Lakers, it seems like every single time that they got the puck, it was a quick flick of the wrist, try and get it away, flick it off the board, try and get it to a teammate. But a teammate wasn't there half the time. So when you're the Lakers, you need to be able to anticipate where your teammates are going to be and not, like you were saying, I need to get it away, I need to get it away. You have to be able to find and connect with your teammates, because against a team like Hobart, they're not going to make a single mistake. You need to force them to make a mistake or simply outplay them, which honestly, I don't see the Lakers doing. You need to make Hobart make mistakes. And I think one thing, and I think this is a big thing that we'll talk about, is the physicality that we saw. And I think that is where one of these teams can really take the advantage, because we saw penalties from both teams. We saw a 4-on-4. Nick, do you think Oswego, if they can get Hobart to get a little chippy, is that a way for them to come back into this game?
That's their only shot. In my opinion, that is their only shot. If you can get a 5-on-4, if you can get even a 4-on-4, if you can somehow get them out of their comfort zone and allow them to get a little frantic, try to switch up plays and adapt to something, that is your only way, because they're going to try to get used to the pace of play just like you. That's the only way you're going to be on even playing fields with these Hobart Statesmen, the best team in the country. They train with their own play. It's like iron sharpens iron. The best players are training with the best players every day over at Hobart in Geneva, New York. And the fact that the Lakers are even only 1-0 down in this scenario, as many teams have been, they have to do what other teams couldn't. Cortland lost 4-0 after being 1-0 down in the first period. Fredonia lost 7-0. The Lakers need to realize they're not out of it yet. They need to adapt to these changes, and they need to start getting chippy and cause Hobart into their mistakes. So that's what I really think is the only way Oswego is going to adapt to these changes.
Now, James, I'll ask you this. For the Lakers, how do you do just things? How do you force them to make these mistakes? How do you force them to get uncomfortable or feel uncomfortable? Is it out physical? Do you push them? Do you start to get more chippy with them yourselves? Do you try and outspeed them, try and match their speed, or do you go into more of a defensive zone? What do you think?
You know, I'm gonna kind of disagree with everything that Nick just said, where you have to force them to make these mistakes. They're the #1 team in the country for a nation. They don't make mistakes. How you beat them is by playing your own sense of hockey and being better than them, rather than forcing them to make mistakes that aren't going to happen. They don't take penalties. They're a disciplined team because they win. They win because they know how to play the game. They're not going to come after you for big hits if you make them, or tricking them into taking stupid penalties. That's not going to happen. For the Lakers, you have to get back to your game, kind of focus on what you've looked at this week in film. How you played last week against Skidmore, or any other big game that you've played in the past, where you're able to make these small passes, get up ice with ease, and utilize your speed and physicality. For the Lakers in that first period, everyone was spread out. I talked about it in the pregame show with that clip, and especially that first clip, off that takeaway on Skidmore. Everyone was in the frame together. Everyone was close together, so they had 5 passes to make. In that first period, every play up the ice, there was nowhere to pass to. It resulted in a dump in behind Beaver and an easy takeaway for Hobart.
I think if anything can be said after this intermission report, the Lakers need to simply be perfect if they are going to pull this one off. And right now, it's still very doable. Just a 1-0 game. The Statesmen are up on the Lakers, but I think that is going to do it for right now from us. Lucas Gary, Nick Stetter, and James Fitzpatrick will be back for the second intermission report after this second period. But we're going to head back to the Kohler now for Mike and Kenny right after this. Stick around on WTOP 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
what surface is this?
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
So you're probably wondering why the top producer of WTOP's new hit, Oswego Liza, is currently juggling Taco Bell right now. That's just because I don't just know ball, but I can play it too. WTOP, live every other Sunday, 7 p.m. Tune in.
Oh boy! Who else would you want behind this camera other than Austin Claus? Nope. Oh, nobody. What's happening?
Oh. No, I want nobody calling this game but Kenny Gerard. Oh, and Paulie Beatty. Oh, and also Kenny Gerard again. Oh.
welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL.
Welcome back to Geneva, New York, and welcome back into the cooler for the second period of the SUNYAC Finals. I'm Kenny Gerard, joined by Mr. Michael Neckers. Mike, 1-0 Hobart after one.
Yes, Kenny, 1-0 Hobart after one. A really nice goal just about 5 minutes in from Dominic Shamizzi. A pass right across the middle. Found the left side of the net, right past that blocker side of Michael Manzi. And now both teams coming back out on the ice. And Oswego looking determined and ready to try and fight their way back into this matchup.
Well, it's going to be a tough one for the Lakers to win, but an even tougher one for Hobart to lose essentially at this point. They have got it all. They've got it in spades. But can the Lakers pull off what some would say is impossible, Mike? What do they really have to do to upset this Hobart-Statesman team?
Kenny, plain and simple, and I'm sure this was the message in the locker room, they need to clean up their play. There was so much sloppiness, so many mistakes in that first period. They cannot afford to give up those mistakes, and along with that, they need to stay out of the penalty box. That 4-on-4 was a lucky break for them. Could have possibly been a 3-on-4, missed tripping call on Drake Semrad, but the power plays, they cannot afford to keep giving those up. Got lucky with the penalty kill there, but can't keep doing it.
Well, we'll get 5 seconds of 4-on-4 to start off the second period. Again, for Damon Beaver, he's got 8 saves, no goals allowed with a clean sheet, 100% save percentage. For Michael Manzi, he's got 12 saves, 1 goal allowed, puts him at a 92.3% save percentage. Matt McQuaid will skate into center ice, and he'll be joined by Hobart for the opening face-off of the second, and it goes to Hobart. Statesman with possession now with Fontana, stolen away by Cooper as Hobart and Oswego both return to full strength, so we're back to 5-on-5 as we're underway. Semrad with it in the Laker end, he'll pass off the backboard up to Cooper. Cooper's pass is knocked down by Hobart, and in front with a chance, Hobart takes a shot, and Manzi was way out of crease for it, but lucky enough for him, didn't get off. As Hobart gets it back again with Fontana behind the red line. Gatto takes a stab at it. Semrad trying to get there as well as Daniels. And Daniels with it, he'll pass up near the blue line to Chow. Chow back around the boards. Down to Hobart. Hobart won't be able to get there as DeMatos keeps it on side, wraps it back around. That's over to Daniels. Daniels pass up near the blue line to Chow. Back around the boards again to Hobart, staying on his near side, trying to find a lane to get something going. Hobart takes his shot, and it's blocked as Bannister tries to get there. Puck still loose. Cooper spun around and across the blue line. It'll force Hobart to reset as DeMatos has it near center ice. And Hobart gets it on sides. That one is down for the Statesman in front. McQuaid gets it back, and the Lakers get possession. Probably going to dump and go for a change. That was a long shift for the Lakers, and that's exactly what they will do.
And really nice there by Michael Manzi to get that foot out, break up that pass before it made it across, because wide open right in front of net was Ryan there for the Statesman.
Simpson takes it behind the red line for the Lakers, back in the Laker end again. Lots of time spent in the offensive end for Hobart. Oswego need to get into the offensive end and create some chances for themselves if they want a chance in this one. That one's up to Fudger. Fudger on the near side loses it. Morrissey also losing it, and Hobart gets it back in their own end. Down the near side, dumped into neutral ice, and Baker knocks it down near the red line. Baker over to Simpson on the far side. Back into the Hobart end as it goes over the stick of Beaver. Horacek trying to get it back for Oswego, knocked down by Gilmore, and Hobart puts it back into the offensive end for them, but Simpson has it now for Oswego. Simpson's pass is intercepted and dumped back into the zone by Ryan. Manzi out of the crease to pass it up to Gilmore. Gilmore off the boards up to Horacek. Horacek's pass intercepted by Toth. Toth whiffs on it. Horacek trying to get there as well. Horacek and Toth tangled up. Toth gets there. Toth trying to look for a lane to shoot. Simpson goes down to need to block it. Toth sets it up in front, poked away from the crease by Simpson, and back down the near side. Hobart looks for a lane. Toth shot, and that one goes off the stick of Manzi, and a good chance there for Hobart. Statesman have it again behind the red line. That's up to Doolin. Doolin pass over to Elliott as Elliott sends it back into neutral ice. It'll force Hobart for a reset as they'll get a couple of changes on the ice. Hit from behind, but a huge hit from Cohen on Toth, but he is okay and gets right back up. Hobart with it again. Elliott back into the Hobart end. In the Lakers offensive end, Hobart still has control as here comes Duclair. one of the fastest skaters in the SUNYAC as he dumps it back off the boards. Kept onside by the Statesman. That's up to D'Amatos. D'Amatos in front. Ryan gets it back off the rebound, and he gets hit. As Hobart gets possession back again with Trepanier. Trepanier, pass goes nowhere as Hobart gets it back again. Statesman with possession pretty much all of this second period so far. That's up to D'Amatos. D'Amatos takes a shot that's high and into the netting. And Mike, I was just saying it. Has Oswego even really had possession at all in this second period?
I don't believe so, Kenny. Maybe a couple of rushes that ended very, very quickly, but Hobart just holding the puck in this offensive third and really not giving Oswego any breathing room, and a really long shift there for those guys out on the ice. So with the stoppage, they'll bring in some fresh legs, see if they can find some sort of offensive production, but with the way this Hobart's team's playing, I wouldn't guarantee it.
And that face-off will be blown dead as it looks like McQuaid jumped. Loves the pain is in for Hobart, and Bannister will come into the far side face-off circle of the Oswego zone. That one goes to the Statesman in the offensive end again. Gatto trying to take a poke at it, and Baker gets a stick on it. Off the backside boards, Gilmore has possession now for Oswego. Pass off the boards to Gatto as he gets rocked. And back on sides for Hobart. Back around the boards again, the Statesman still with possession. Hobart finally loses it. McQuaid has it now, will take it across center ice. Here comes Matt McQuaid over to Gatto. Gatto takes a shot. Beaver stands up and jumps right down on the bouncing puck, and that would have been a good opportunity, but of course you're playing against Damon Beaver, and he was not going to let that easy shot happen.
Yeah, and Damon Beaver bobbles that one right in front of him, tries to knock it down, see if he can get it out, but very quickly realizes, shoot, Oswego's right in front of me, let me cover this. Really well done by Damon Beaver, not forcing that cover until he needs to. And now Oswego with a face-off in the offensive zone, but this Hobart defense is just relentless.
Pretty big face-off here for the Lakers, needing to get something going on offense. It's Burke in for Oswego, and the Lakers get it, but goes across the blue line. It'll force a reset as Semrad dumps it back in the zone, but it's taken back by the Statesman. Facig can't get there as Horacek pokes it away. Cooper on the far side with possession now for Oswego. Back into neutral ice. Lally takes a stab at it. Burke gets possession into the offensive end. Quickly hit up alongside the boards as Hobart gets it back with Lally down the near side and dumps it out of the Hobart zone. And Cooper takes a stab at it, goes down, going for it. And Burke now with it for the Lakers. He'll take it behind Michael Manzi and set up the offense now for Oswego. Still down 1-0 with just less than 5 minutes gone here in the second. Cooper still with it. Pass off the boards to Simons. Fudger gets a stick on it and back to the Statesman. Dump it out of the zone. Semrad with possession. Gets it stolen away by Toth. Ergo skates down to get there, and Semrad has it back for the Lakers. Semrad takes a shot, goes wide off the back boards. Comes in for his own rebound. Fudger trying to get there with Toth as well. Spun around is Chow. Chow passes all the way down. Manzi calls for the icing, and he will get it. And an icing going against the Statesman with 14:33 left to go here in the second.
Yeah, Kenny, and a really lucky icing there for the Lakers. Drake Semrad looked a little confused here coming back on the right side. Trying to come off for a line change. Wasn't sure if he was going to have time to. Skated past the bench and then turned around. So good thing Michael Manzi put his glove up there. Otherwise, could have been disaster for Oswego.
About 4.5 straight minutes of pressure from Hobart. Oswego now with a couple of chances to get the puck into the offensive end and get a couple of shots on Damon Beaver, who's only seen one here in the second. Here's Ryan with it now in front. That one's up and sits in the netting and in the glass. And, well, I guess we've got a buck for whoever can jump the highest over on the back end of the ice.
Yeah, and that's a really heads-up play there by Justin Ryan. Was losing his balance there, just tried to slide across the goal and at least put something on target, even if Beaver was able to get the save. But off balance is always a difficult shot to try and make. So chips this one just over into the netting where it is still stuck up there. We'll see if a lucky fan can pull that thing down.
That one goes to the Statesman in their own end. Pass around the boards by Morrissey. Balla skates in. That one's up and into the press box. Finally, I got one up here.
Almost made its way to us, Kenny. Just a few seats over from us in the press box. That one landed over the ventilation system in here. Again, not something you see very often. But now a face-off right down here in front of our press box in this neutral zone. Going to be Matt McQuaid for the Lakers. And we'll see what he can do.
Face off near the blue line, McQuaid and Josepin, and that one goes to the Lakers. As Gatto gets a stab at it, Payon will try to pass it off the boards, and Hobart gets it right back. Here's the Statesman now with Daniels. Daniels will pass it into the far side corner. Bala takes a huge hack at the puck, trying to clear it out of the zone and is unable to. And we'll have a board battle for the puck on the far side corner. Daniels gets possession, looks to sweep around in front, and that one saved by Manzi.
And a really nice save there by Michael Manzi. I mean, point blank, Tanner Daniels tries for a little backhand wrap around there, but Manzi's ready for it, closes that 5-hole super quickly and shuts it down, immediately covers. But Lakers not out of hot water yet. Now a face-off here in this offensive zone for the Hobart Statesmen.
Near side face-off circle. Facing and McQuaid in for the face-off. That one goes to Hobart. Here's Morrissey at the blue line. Morrissey pass down the near side boards. Whips on the pass from Ryan, almost stolen away in front. Shot goes just wide. And Manzi sprawls in net as that was a close one, but just high of his stick and away from the net. As that one goes back to Baker. And Oswego now with possession. That's up to Simpson. Simpson pass off the board, stolen away by Morrissey. And Mendelson will pass it over to Ryan. Ryan takes a shot, and that one's saved by Manzi.
And really nicely done by Manzi there once again. Bannister and Mendelson getting into it a little after the whistle there. And then, again, another offensive faceoff here for the Statesmen. Oswego really just struggling to get the puck out of that defensive third, out of Hobart's offensive zone. And something's got to bend or break here for them if they want to even really break through on goal. We've seen very few dangerous shots from Oswego's offense so far.
Face off in the far side face-off circle. The Oswego zone goes to the Lakers as Semrad has it. Semrad takes it all the way across neutral ice himself on the far side. Looks for a shot. That one goes off of Damon Beaver. And Hobart gets it back off the rebound with Trepanier. Trepanier can't get a handle on it. Cooper seals it back past to Semrad. Trying to get possession again, and puck still loose, and the Statesmen get possession. And we'll clear it away from neutral ice as Manzi comes out of the crease to pass it back around the boards to Cooper. Cooper pinned against the boards by Trepanier. Cooper gets it across the blue line and out of the zone. Simons is trying to rush down to steal it away. As a couple of changes for the Lakers and a few changes as well for the Statesmen. Oswego now with possession. Cooper pass up, goes past Horacek. And back behind the red line, Beaver gets ready for a shot, but Hobart does take it back. Duclair, pass stolen away by Horacek. Horacek takes a shot and front, and that one saved again by Damon Beaver.
Yeah, Kenny, another save from Damon Beaver, but here the Lakers finally applying some pressure. We saw Drake Semrad try to go to that outside corner with his first shot, and then again right here, making Beaver make some saves. This is a good step in the right direction for this Oswego team from where they were in the first.
That one goes to the Lakers. Here's Payon. Payon, pass over to Horacek, shot. And that one gets off the stick of Burke and up and into the netting. And another face-off coming in the far side face-off circle of the Hobart zone. A couple of nice shots from the Lakers here, Mike, but they got to convert one.
Yeah, Kenny, you're not going to score if you don't shoot, plain and simple. Oswego knows that, and I'm sure Ed Gozick knows that and has told his guys this for the entirety of that first break. If Oswego wants to score, they need to at least put pucks onto net, get pucks in deep, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. They keep this up, and we could see a 1-1 tie here.
Shimizi and Horacek with the face-off goes to the Lakers. Payon takes a shot. That one goes wide of the crease and off the near side boards. Cohen try and get in for the board battle with Duclair. Cohen still trying to get there. Duclair watching on the far side with D'Amatos. That one pops out high and far, knocked down by Payon. Looks for a lane to shoot. Can't get it off. Burke gets there into the corner and stolen away by Hobart. And here come the Statesmen now with Chow. Chow down the far side. Chow at the face-off circle. Looks for a lane to pass, loses a handle on it. As Grenier try to take a stab at it again, and the Lakers get it back with Baker. Lakers turning up the heat a little bit here. A lot more pressure and into the offensive zone as of late here in the second. Beaver out of crease. Grenier pins Chow on the boards, and here comes Ryan in another board battle for the puck along the far side corner in front of the fans. That one goes out to Hovsapane. And he'll pass over to Daniels. Daniels down the near side. Bala gets a stick on it for Oswego. Goes down, and down goes the referee as well. And the Lakers get it back. Vassalo passes to Bannister. Here's a chance for Bannister. And can't get it off. Tangled up with Morrissey. And Morrissey and Bannister tangled up, and the Laker fans don't like it. Vassalo has it now, and here's a little pressure now from Oswego. Bannister over to Bala. Bala shot. Too much traffic in front for that one. Gilmore can't keep it on sides. It'll force the Lakers to reset. And that was probably the first real chance where everybody in front. Beaver way out of net. What a mistake. Nobody there though to knock it in front of the crease. And Ryan has it now. Sets it up. Poked away by Hosepane. Bannister trying to get it into the corner. There's a big hit by Ryan. Lakers within front. Shot saved by Beaver. Down the near side board again. It's McQuaid. Here's Bannister with the lane. Down the slot. Shot. Blocked. What a block from Morrissey. And oh my God, that's got to be the first time tonight where everybody on that Laker sideline stood up with, oh man, here's a good chance now for Oswego.
And what a defensive sequence from Bauer. Morrissey loses the stick, says, how you like them apples, Tommy Bannister. Takes him to the boards anyways, and then a diving block with his shin there shuts down this Lakers offense. Damon Beaver with some really key saves in that sequence as well. But Oswego's got a bunch of momentum, and the crowd is bumping over here now.
Let's go Lakers now ringing through the cooler, almost at the Deb, as we're going to face off in the Hobart zone. That one goes to the Lakers, and Semrad can't keep it on side. He'll go back and a neutral ice to get it. Cross-ice pass goes over to Cooper. Cooper's pass. Knocked down. And a board battle in front of the referee. One just got taken out, so he looks a little scared. It gets out of harm's way. As Simons will get into a skate race for it, but that one will be won by Ryan. And back into neutral ice for Semrad. Ergo takes it on side, and that's going to be yet another offsides against the Lakers.
And it's just miscue after miscue. The Lakers looked really good in that last minute or so. Now 10-14 left on the clock, and Oswego cannot afford to keep getting caught off sides, keep committing dumb penalties. They need to stay focused and stay locked in on the goal here of keeping all five guys on the ice and keeping the puck in possession. So now Matt McQuaid here on the face-off against Fazig. Should be a good one here.
That one goes to the Statesman. A lot of pressure there from Oswego in the last couple of minutes. It really seemed like in this period, the first 5 minutes was all Hobart, and then now it became all Oswego. So kind of back and forth, but again, I mean, if you're going to try and topple the #1 team in the country, it has to be a lot of back and forth. A lot of saved by Manzies are going to be called tonight.
Yeah, and some choice words from Elliott there to Connor Gatto of the Oswego State Lakers after the whistle right up against the boards. Officials are discussing something. Looks like the faceoff's going to be here in the neutral zone after the puck went up into the netting.
And just like you said, faceoff coming near the blue line of the Hobart zone on the near side. It's McQuaid, and it's facing.
And a couple of guys on the outside getting jumpy there. It's Travis Baker and Ryan for the Statesman.
And Hobart gets it off the face-off. Bannister tries to steal it away, but Doolin gets there first. Doolin down the far side, back into the offensive end for Hobart. Around the boards. And up to the near side centering pass. Shot! That one saved with 9:55 left to go here in the second. And Hobart puts on some pressure. They send another one wide to Manzi. And Bannister gets it off the rebound. Bannister gets poked as Baker will wrap it back around the boards and up to Connor Gatto. Gatto centering pass, nobody there for it, and Ryan will get it back for Hobart. And Ryan dumps it in neutral ice. Gilmore gets it back for Oswego. His pass is poked away high into the air, and Gilmore, well, just gets his own pass back. Gilmore behind the red line. He'll pass up to Bannister. Bannister sets it in front to Beaver, who blocks it, and DeMatos will get it out of the zone. Here comes Belov. Belov down the near side. Belov sets it. Manzi pokes it away from the crease. Bannister trying to get a poke at it as well with Trepanier in the back corner. Trepanier gets it back behind the red line. He sends a pass that gets poked away by Ryan, and back around the boards to the near side again. Bannister skates in for it. Vassalo gets possession, and over to Gilmore. Here comes Gilmore now for Oswego, taking across the blue line, up to Vassalo. Vassalo, the lane shot. That one goes off of Beaver and into the netting, and a couple of good chances again for Oswego.
And that's such a crucial save from Damon Beaver. That puck was going into the top right corner of the net from where we're sitting up here, Kenny. Damon Beaver gets the shoulder up just in time, sends it flying into the netting. Really important there from him, and there's a reason he's the #1 goaltender in Division III hockey.
Burke is in for the Lakers, and it'll be Shimizi for Hobart. And Shimizi jumped, so he'll be kicked out of the circle, and Duclair will come in. Duclair and Burke goes to the Lakers. Baker tries to get a shot off, but that one's poked away, and Toth gets it off of the poke. As Cohen has it now again for Oswego, centering pass in front, taken away by Shimizi and the Statesman. Shimizi and Horacek tangled up for it as Shimizi gets it into the offensive end. Shimizi skates down, goes back around the boards. Cohen wraps it around, and Toth is waiting for it for Hobart. Toth gets possession, poked away, and stolen away by Cohen, and Cohen gets it back for the Lakers. Cohen down the near side up to Burke. Horacek gets it. Horacek takes it near the red line, stolen away by Hobart again. Toth takes it on the far side. As down goes Burke going for it, and Toth will take it into the offensive end. And Hobart will go for a change, and Oswego will get possession back with Cooper. Cooper will dump it all the way down to the Hobart zone. Simons trying to get possession, has it on his stick behind the red line. Simons trying to get a stab at it, sets it up in front. Puck still loose in front of Beaver, and that one gets poked away wide of the net. As Semrad was calling for the pass, wasn't going to get it, and Cooper goes all the way back down to the Oswego zone.
Yeah, and a really nice effort there from Cam Simons, using his speed to get up the ice, but just can't quite find the back of the net. Too much clutter there.
Semrad pass back over to Fudger. Fudger can't keep a handle on it. Good back check from Hobsapane and gets it poked away. Collision near the Hobart Statesman logo on the boards. And Fudger gets there, and down goes a Laker and a referee again. Second referee to get tackled by a Laker in this one. And on the near side, Hobart trying to get it back again. Sets it up in front, poked away by Manzi and Gilmore. Gilmore down the near side, and he gets it back for Oswego. Gilmore takes it down the far side, and we'll wrap it back around the boards. Beaver out of crease to stop it. He'll pass it over, and Oswego goes for a change of their own. Fontana can't keep it. McQuaid looks back for it. Payon takes a whiff at it, and Hobart will dump it back into the zone, and a couple more changes here for the Statesman. Balla with an owl back around the boards. That's up to Payon. Payon can't get it off sides as Vassalo takes a huge poke at it, and Morrissey gets it back now for Hobart. Morrissey gets it back towards the blue line, knocked down by Ryan of the Statesman. Vassalo knocked down. Vassalo gets it again. Vassalo has possession now for Oswego. Vassalo is guarded by Ryan from Hobart. Ryan on the back check for the Statesman. Payon with an out, passes back into the zone to Balla. Balla pass up, knocked down by Doolin, and back into the Oswego zone. And Payon will chase, followed behind by Ryan. Balla has it again. Oswego struggling to get it out of their zone, and here's a big whip at it as Vassalo has it now. Vassalo shot, that one's blocked in front. And back around the boards again, it goes. McQuaid tries to get possession. Doolin has it now for Hobart. Pass over to Morrissey. Morrissey will get it out of the zone, and Simpson will chase it back to the Oswego end. Off the near side boards, Cohen chasing for it. He'll be tangled up with Andrus, and Andrus gives it over to Doolin. Andrus can't get it onside. Baker poked it away, didn't even realize. And now near the blue line trying to get it back again, it's Simpson. Simpson getting chased behind by Andrus. Over to Horacek. Horacek down the far side boards. And Baker will recover the puck. That was popping out from the board battle. And Baker will pass up to Cohen off his stick and out of play, and it'll be a stoppage of play.
Yeah, and a little too much speed on that pass cross ice from Simpson to Cohen. But this is an Oswego team, a style of play that we haven't really seen before the past couple of minutes today. 5:27 left on the clock. Oswego with some momentum here, and they got to use this to try and find the back of the net before the end of the second, I think, Kenny.
Still scoreless here in the second between Hobart and Oswego. It's still 1-0 Statesman. You're watching Hockey Night in Hobart right here on WTOP 10. Kenny Gerard alongside Mr. Michael Neckers. And a new cameraman joins us, Eddie McAlpine, manning the game camera here in Geneva, New York. Face-off goes to the Lakers. Semrad pokes it back into the offensive end. McDonough wraps it back on the boards, gets hit by Ergo, and Hobart gets possession and gets things going for the Statesman. Pass goes up and into the far side corner. Skating down quickly is Duclair, and this one will be blown dead.
Yeah, Kenny, and not the guy you want to see skating down the ice after the puck, Chris Duclair, an absolute speed demon on the ice. I mean, probably the worst case scenario for Oswego, but luckily that one blown dead. Manzi put the glove up and I believe got the icing call just in time. So now down to this other end, Oswego with an opportunity and some momentum to try and find the back of the net past Damon Beaver.
Duclair feels like a treat to be able to watch as a D3 commentator. He is incredible and incredibly fast on the ice for the Statesman. As Toth gets it back, knocks it down off the boards. Gatto takes a stab at it, and back into neutral ice. Hope and Semrad will chase it back into the Oswego end, but there will be an icing, so we're going to face off again in the Hobart end with 5:02 left to go.
Yeah, Kenny, 5:02 left on the clock. This Oswego team has looked a lot better in the second period, and honestly, I think they're this close to breaking through. They just need to keep putting shots on Beaver, and eventually one of them will fall, whether it's a first-timer or a rebound.
Pretty even in the shot category. Shots on net for Hobart, it's 18, 16 shots on net for Oswego. Beaver again, 100% save percentage, no goals allowed. Manzi with 17 saves and 1 goal allowed, puts him at a 94.4% save percentage. That face-off is won by the Lakers, but goes all the way back into the Laker end as Semrad gets the puck. He'll pass it across ice to Cooper. Cooper off the boards, taken back by Elliott, and Duclair pokes it away. Semrad has the bouncing puck, looks for a lane, almost gets it stolen away, no help, and stolen back by the Statesman. Bosapane takes it on side for Hobart. Near the face-off circle, takes around the red line, centering pass. That one gets chopped and up and down for D'Amatos in neutral ice. They'll pass it across the blue line. They stay on sides. Back around the boards and off the backboard. Board battle for the puck. Semrad has it poked out. Gilmore gets it, and here comes Gilmore now for Oswego. Another referee going down on the ice. Gilmore over to Gatto. Gatto up to Gilmore, poked away by Beaver. And Hobart gets it back with Chow. Chow down the near side. Statesman trying to get possession back, and they do for a little bit. And back around the boards, Manzi comes out of crease. And here come the Lakers again. Burke will take it across the blue line. Wraps it back around the boards. Chow gets it off the pass. And into the corner, a board battle for the puck with 3:47 left to go in the second. D'Amatos with it now, and up to Bala. Bala has it for Oswego. Let's go Lakers again here in the cooler. Horacek can't get a handle on it. D'Amatos with it now for Hobart. And D'Amatos dumps it way out of the zone. Manzi will call for the icing, and he will get it.
Yeah, Kenny, and we saw Jesse Horacek lose both his stick as well as a glove there, right over by Damon Beaver. Really nicely done to get off. Mike Ergo ready to skate back in, and Lakers able to get back on defense. But let's talk about that rush the Lakers had, 3-on-2. Brendan Gilmore elects to pass to the right side. Looked like Bannister had a little more space on the left, but regardless, Oswego not able to find the back of the net on that one. So now it's going to be Justin Ryan on the faceoff for the Lakers and Fazig for the Statesmen.
Faceoff goes to the Lakers in the offensive end. By the net, it's Ergo. Will pass up to Gilmore, over to Payon. Payon, shot to Ergo, goes wide, whiffs on it. Ryan gets the rebound. Ryan up to Gilmore near the blue line. Payon loses an edge and gets back up. Gilmore elects to keep the puck, centering pass, nobody there for it. Knocked down by Payon, but goes across the blue line. Payon on the back check from Ryan. And Hobart steals it away, and the other Ryan for Oswego takes it back and dumps it off the glass. And Oswego again with possession. Baker pass up and goes all the way to the near side corner of the Hobart end. And this one will be blown dead.
Yeah, and Beaver very casually threw up the icing call right there. He looks so cool, calm, and collected between the pipes right now, just leaning against the back of the crossbar. Not a worry in the world for him. Hobart still leading 1-0 with 2:49. Now a face-off in this offensive zone. Oswego's got to get this out and try and get some more offensive production going.
That one goes to the Statesman. Here's Morrissey. Morrissey, slap shot, too much traffic in front as Baker gets it back for Oswego, back around the boards and into neutral ice. That'll be chased down by Morrissey to the Hobart zone. Morrissey has it again in neutral ice for Hobart. Pass up to Ryan and stolen away by Baker and the Lakers. Baker cross ice pass over to Payon. Payon, pass up, goes wide to Ergo. It calls for the icing as Beaver doesn't get it, as Morrissey gets it back again for Hobart. Morrissey gets around Gatto. McQuaid's getting in, gets around him as well. Takes it across the blue line. Simpson pokes the shot a little wide as Bannister gets it back off the rebound. And Bannister passes up to the captain, McQuaid. McQuaid takes it across the blue line. Has possession in front, looks for a shot, he takes it. And there's going to be a penalty going against the Statesman. And it's going to be a hooking call going against Doolin. And Oswego goes on the power play.
Yeah, Kenny, and that's a really smart hooking penalty to take from this Hobart defense. I mean, leaving Damon Beaver one-on-one isn't the worst thing just because you know how good he is, but really well done there to block that.
Replay brought to you by Wanzone's Calzones. The night is not complete without a Tomcat. Face off in the Hobart end. 2 minutes on the clock. That'll leave just 4 seconds on the clock if Oswego does not score here on the power play. A golden opportunity for the green and gold. Let's see if they can capitalize and knot things up here in the SUNYAC final against the Statesmen here in the cooler. And the Statesmen win the face-off. Back around the boards, Payon looks to keep it on side, and he does. Wraps it back around over to Cohen. Cohen sends it down over to Vassilo. Vassilo back over to Cohen. Cohen, shot blocked, goes down to Horncheck instead. That's over to Ryan. Payon shot, knocked down, puck still loose in front. Vassilo's shot goes wide and up and into the netting. Oh, what a missed opportunity there for the Lakers, and that was a golden chance for Oswego.
Beaver off balance, Vassilo so close, but just wide of the left post. Unable to get it in. Still a minute 37 in the power play, a minute 41 on the clock. So not over yet, still plenty of opportunity, but Vassilo is going to be kicking himself for missing that one.
Burke in for the face-off for Oswego. Facing for Hobart. Goes back for the Statesman. Vassilo trying to get there for Oswego. Hobart trying to clear it out of the zone with a minute and 30 left of the Oswego State power play. And behind Beaver, board battle for the puck. Fans watching on. Burke gets his stick on it, and the Lakers get possession back. Trying to dump it across the blue line is Hobart, and they do. Clear it out of the zone. Payon will get it back and neutralize over to Vassilo. Vassilo up to Fudger. Fudger, cross ice pass, intercepted, but poked away as Payon gets it back for Oswego. Payon over to Bannister. Bannister back over to Payon. Down low, Cohen whiffs on the slap shot. Vassilo gets the rebound, and Hobart can clear it out of the zone again. And a couple of missed opportunities for the Lakers, a couple of good shot chances. That allows Hobart's penalty kill unit to get a refresh and a full change. And Hobart looking to get possession back shorthanded as Bannister tries to knock it down, and Fudger gets it back for Oswego, still 5-on-4. 41 seconds left here in the second, and 34 seconds left of Oswego power play. Fudger lays a hit onto the glass. Payon gets it back, and the penalty kill unit for Hobart clicking on the back half of this Oswego power play. Here comes Bannister. Bannister across the blue line. Bannister looks for a pass, wraps it around the boards over to Fudger, wraps it back to Gatto. Gatto over to McQuaid. McQuaid gets it poked away and across the blue line, only leaving 8 seconds in the power play. Baker trying to get it onside. That one goes down off the boards, and here comes Baker. Baker gets it stolen away, and Hobart clears and kills off the penalty. Oswego unable to capitalize on the power play as time expires in the second. And Oswego in the second half of that period, a lot of time the offensive end getting a lot of shots on net. Now dead even on shots on goal. And for Hobart, the beginning of that period, it was all Statesmen getting plenty of shots on net. And Oswego does not convert on their first power play of the game, so each team 0-1 on the power play, but both teams 1-0 on the penalty kill.
Yeah, Kenny, and Hobart showing off that number 4 ranked penalty kill defense in the country. That is exactly why they are so good. They don't give up penalties, and when they do, they're right there to shut them down almost every single time. They've allowed just 7 power play goals all season long. Oswego looked a lot better in this period, but there's still work to be done. Down 1-0, if they want to go back-to-back winning the SUNYAC championship, there's a lot to do here.
Well, Oswego will need at least 2 goals to be victorious in this one, and Hobart and just ride it out with a 1-0 lead. We'll see if the Lakers can get one behind Damon Beaver and try to crown themselves SUNYAC champions, or will Hobart win the championship? We'll find out in the third. We're going to send you back up to Oswego, New York for the second intermission show, and we'll see you for the third back here in Geneva. Welcome back to the Cooler, and welcome back to Geneva, New York for the SUNYAC Championship of 2026. I am Kenny Gerard, joined by Mr. Michael Neckers, and we apologize for the technical difficulties there in our intermission show. Michael DeMars spilled his coffee on the technical directing board, so unfortunately we couldn't go up to our intermission report, but it's all fixed now. We'll have you back for the post-game show in Oswego. But for now, we're here in Geneva. Mike, how you doing?
Kenny, I'm doing wonderful. That second period showing from the Oswego State Lakers was significantly better than we saw in the first. They evenly matched the Hobart Statesmen with 18 shots on net and 13 blocks from the defense in that second period. Kenny, they are working overtime back there, making sure the puck doesn't even get to Michael Mandy so he doesn't have to be the guy making the save.
And for Oswego, again, a couple of really nice chances to end off that second period and a couple of really bad missed opportunities. What is Oswego going to do to be able to capitalize against these Statesmen?
Kenny, I think plain and simple, they need to do better with those chances. They are right here. They are so close to finding the back of the net as it is erupting on Oswego's side of the bleachers out here right now. The fans believe, the team believes. This is their opportunity to shock the world tonight, and they can do it. It's just a matter of getting it done. Put the pedal to the metal, find the back of the net.
Well, the story was kind of the same last year for Oswego. A lot of new players, said the future was now, trying to go back-to-back. For Hobart, they got to keep playing that same brand of hockey they played for the last 3 years to try and get back to the national championship. The back-to-back-to-back national champions in their first year in the SUNYAC are looking to hoist the SUNYAC championship. Now the other end of the ice, the Oswego State Lakers. Let's go back-to-back in the SUNYAC. Will Hobart get it done? Will Oswego pull off a miracle? We're about to find out as we get set for the third period here in the Cooler. And the opening face-off goes to the Lakers, and Semrad will chase it back into the Oswego end as Let's Go Lakers again erupting here in the rink. As Cooper gets pinned up against the board, Semrad goes down, and McQuaid gets possession now for the Lakers. Gatto, pass off the glass, up the banister, poked back down into the zone by Hobart, and Semrad has to skate back to get there. Under the stick of Gatto, and Chow gets back over to Tomatos, and Hobart has it again. Here come the Statesmen now with Mendelson. Mendelson, shot glove save from Michael Manzi, and if the Lakers want to win this one, Michael Manzi's going to have to be perfect here in the third.
Yes, he is, and all over that one. Tracked it all the way from the stick of Trepignon and just gloves it right in, puts it down, and now an offensive faceoff for the Statesmen, but really well done by Michael Manzi, staying composed there. And a stoppage here. Looks like the Lakers and the Statesmen both got a little jumpy on the faceoff there. Trepignon is a little too excited, so Belov will take his place here.
And that one goes to the Lakers as Fudger can't get a handle on it. Hobart in front. That one gets poked away from the crease by Manzi. And back down the near side. Here's Belov, poked away by Baker, and Hobart gets it again, pass off the back boards. Manzi almost gets his glove smacked as he goes to cover it up. And they get it back with Andres. In front, poked away from the crease, and here come the Lakers now with Fudger. Fudger down the near side, back on side. Ergo will chase Damon Beaver out of the crease to pass it over to Morrissey. Morrissey with possession, pass back over to Lally. Lally back around the boards. Burke skates down to get there, can't get there in time. As Duclair has it down the near side. As Manzi comes out of the crease as well, the pass over to Gilmore. And Duclair, again, one of the fastest skaters I've ever seen, almost getting there in time to get a good shot off with Manzi way out of crease. Hobart has it again in neutral ice. And it's taken back by Bala. Bala off the boards, up to Burke. Burke chases the puck. He goes down, going for the puck as well. And Cohen down the near side, trying to get it back for the Lakers. He'll pass it off the boards and into neutral ice as Bala will chase, but here comes Shimizi. Shimizi now's got a lane, looks for a shot, he takes it. Saved by Manzi, and it's an own goal! It's an own goal by Jonathan Bala! What a mistake in the championship, 2-0 Statesmen! And Jonathan Bala just couldn't stop himself in time. Too much momentum coming in towards the net. Hits the puck into his own net with his right skate, as you see on the Wanzones Calzones instant replay. An unfortunate thing happening here for the Lakers, and now
A 2-0 deficit to start out the second period, Kenny. Unbelievable.
Wow. And Dominic Shimizi is credited with the goal as Manzi freezes that one. And man, that takes a wind right out of the sails of the Lakers. That is not what you expect. They had a great save from Michael Manzi. Bala skates in and it goes in to the net. That's rough. That's rough.
And that's got to be so frustrating for Jonathan Bala, for Michael Manzi. But sometimes things like this just happen. This game's still not over, Kenny. We saw the Lakers skate with the Statesmen. I don't see why they can't do it here in the third.
Well, another quick goal to start off a period. Didn't happen in the second, but it happened in the first and the third for Hobart. So the Statesmen are up 2-0 here in the SUNYAC Championship. The Lakers have a bit of a hill to climb, but as they say, the 2-0 lead in hockey is one of the worst. It could either be a 3-goal game on the next goal, or it could be a 1-goal game on the next one, depending who gets it. As Semrad has it now on the Oswego end. That goes past the stick of Grenier as DeMatos will chase it down to the Hobart end and get there. A couple of changes now for Oswego as the Statesmen have it again. Bosa Payne, pass is poked away by Gatto and intercepted by Baker. And Baker will pass it to Bannister. Bannister gets it up to McQuaid. McQuaid gets it onside. McQuaid pinned on the glass by Chow as Baker gets to it. And pass back around the boards. Payon skates back and Hobart gets possession. Payon will watch it go behind him and chase it back behind the red line behind Michael Manzi. Payon with possession. Pass up, poked down by Mendelson. And Hobart's got possession again, centering pass in front, wraparound, can't get it off. Mendelson gets it off the rebound in front, goes into the corner, Payon. Gets it up to Gatto, and Gatto skates down for Oswego and takes a shot. That one goes off the stick of Beaver. Into the corner, McQuaid. Back around the boards, it's taken back by Mendelson and the Statesman. Mendelson up to Gilmore, who gets it back. It's over to Ergo. Ergo pass it around the Statesman. Hobart gets it back again with Lally. Lally and Ergo on the back boards, and it comes up towards the near side with Fudger. And Fudger's shot gets sent up and into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Kenny, and this Oswego team is doing a really nice job of getting into that offensive zone and putting the puck at least towards the net. But getting past the blockers is a whole nother story. Beaver really hasn't been tested yet in this first 3.5 minutes of this third period because the defense is in front of every shot before it gets across.
Face-off coming on the near side face-off circle of the Hobart zone. Face-off goes to the Statesman. And Hobart trying to get it down ice, and it goes past Toth and up and out of play. And we'll get a stoppage and another face-off.
Yeah, Kenny into the netting again, just 7 seconds apart from the last time the puck went up into the netting. So a face-off here on the far side, red dot. The Lakers trying to get some shots on net, trying to get something going here, but a 2-0 lead is not where they want to be.
Face-off near the blue line of the Hobart zone as someone jumped on that face-off. But both reset as it was both from Shimizi and Burke in for the face-off. Burke goes down off the face-off and the Lakers get it. Bala quickly whips it off the back boards as Doolin gets it back now for Hobart. Toth pass goes up to Shimizi, goes wide, and Gilmore gets it back off the errant pass. And Gilmore cross-ice pass goes up to Burke. Burke near center ice, can't get a handle on it. And Toth pokes it away. Bala skates up to get it, passes up to Cohen. Cohen gets it on sides, but Morrissey gets possession back over to Burke. Burke looks for a lane over to Semrad off his back skate. Toth steals it away for the Statesman. Toth can't get the pass, and here comes Duclair, and poked away in front of him. Gilmore gets it, and there's a shot. It's saved by Manzi and frozen away, and a couple extra pushes and shoves after the play.
Yeah, Michael Manzi does a really nice job covering that puck and making sure it's out of harm's way. He's having a great game. You really can't blame him for either of the goals that have been let in. Of course, early in the first, just across the middle, got beat on that blocker side, and then on this second one, an own goal from Jonathan Bala. Not much Manzi can do about either of those. A really nice performance from him today, but still 2-0 down.
Lakers get the face-off on their own end. It's Semrad with it now. He'll take it down the near side, skates back towards the middle. Semrad, pass over to Ryan. Ryan takes a shot. That one's blocked by McDonough. Ergo skates back to get to it, goes down, loses an edge, and the Hobart Statesmen get it back. That pass goes off the back skate of a Statesman, down and off the glass on the near side, and Cooper gets it back now for Oswego. Cooper behind the red line for Oswego. Pass goes up to Ergo, cross ice over to Semrad and off his skate. Semrad takes it across center ice and gets it onside. Semrad takes a shot, and that's a chest save by Damon Beaver as he looks down at his glove and goes, oh yeah, I did get that one.
Yeah, Kenny, and not a super difficult save for Damon Beaver, but this is exactly what the Lakers need to do. Drake Semrad has the right idea. Put shots on net. Try and get the puck past Damon Beaver. Even if he makes the save, it's possible he bobbles it and someone's there for a second chance opportunity. They got to keep it down here, and they got to keep pressing high.
Face off on the near side of the Hobart zone. Goes to the Statesman, but Bannister gets a stab at it and pokes it up high. Bannister chasing, gets it back. Pass to McQuaid, shot, that one's blocked by Chow. DeMatos off the rebound, back down the near side. Hobart gets it again, and here come the Statesman with Fazig, who dumps it out of the zone. Baker gets a stick on it. Baker gets lit up. Hobart gets possession. Pass goes wide and over to Bannister for Oswego. And Bannister will pass it up. Simpson will dump it up, and it goes out of play and off the netting, so we'll get another reset.
And I know I keep talking about it, Kenny, but you saw it right there, the importance of those defensive blockers for the Hobart Statesmen. You saw Fazig there slide in front of the shot, didn't even let it get to Damon Beaver, so really nicely done there by him, and now a face-off at center ice. Oswego with a lot of work to do here.
Well, Shimizi couldn't have jumped off sides faster as he has to go out, and Duclair comes in. And Burke has it now. Center ice faceoff goes to the Statesman as DeMatos will pass it over to Chow. Chow down the near side boards. Gilmore will chase into the corner. Mancy calls for the icing, does not get it as Toth wraps it back around the boards. Horacek skates back to get it for Oswego. Horacek will pass up, intercepted by Shimizi. Shimizi got a lane shot. That one's blocked by Payon. And Gilmore gets it off the rebound. Duclair tangled up with him. Duclair pass to Toth. Toth can't get it off. Poked away by the Lakers. Here's a shot from Chow. Goes wide out the back boards, and a penalty is coming.
Yeah, Kenny, and Payon really quick to come off the ice there. A holding penalty. My apologies. Hooking penalty called there. But you saw Payon slow to come off the ice. Took off his glove, looking at his finger. Hopefully he's okay. He's a really important part of this Lakers team. Has been all season long. It would not be a guy they want to be missing here in the final 14 minutes of the SUNYAC championship.
Well, Hobart will go on the power play with 14-13 left to go here in the third. 5-on-4 for the Statesmen. A power play goal could make it a much more difficult task for Oswego to have to accomplish. And this will be a huge penalty kill for Oswego. Again, one of the best in the country, sitting at 6th place overall on the penalty kill, but for Hobart, the second best power play. Neither team able to capitalize. Hobart's 0-2 on the game on them, and Oswego 0-1 on the power play as the Lakers get the face-off. As that one's cleared out of the zone by Ergo, and a good start to the penalty kill for Oswego.
Yeah, Kenny, really nicely done. We saw them kill off the first penalty in the first period. They need to do the exact same thing here, and they need to do it quickly and keep being an attacking offensive prowess here.
Hobart gets it back into the offensive end. The Lakers trying to get it out and clear it again, but they won't be able to on this part as Hobart gets it again. Chow passes, backhand pass from Ryan. That one is down to Mendelson. Mendelson will pass up to Chow. Chow over to DeMatos. Back over to Chow. Chow looks down the slot, won't take the shot. Elects to keep it and give it over to DeMatos. Near the face-off circle, DeMatos with it again for Hobart. DeMatos pass, slap shot, save by Michael Manzi, and a ripper from Ovi's office that won't go for the Statesmen. Minute and 12 left on the power play.
And Oswego's doing this the exact way they've done it all season. They're trying to block any sort of windows in the middle of the ice in front of net, letting Hobart take those shots from deep because Manzi has a way better chance of saving those. A minute 12 left in the penalty, 13:25 in the third period. Still down 2-0, some work to be done, but Oswego with a good start to this penalty kill.
Face-off goes to the Statesman. Elliott with an L. He'll pass it over, back to Elliott. Elliott over to Doolin. Doolin down low in front. Backhand pass goes just wide. Wide open hole in the crease on Manzi. And unable to capitalize the Statesman, but here's a chance now for Toth. Toth takes a shot, that was saved. Rebound, puck still loose in front, poked away by Manzi. Puck still bouncing, goes back around the boards. And Elliott gets it off the rebound for Hobart, and a couple of good chances there, but a couple of nice stops from the Lakers. Toth takes a ripper, and that one's saved by Michael Manzi. And man, there's some good chances and a little bit of extracurriculars afterwards.
And Michael Manzi, how about it? That's 3 saves back to a little break, and then once again, Manzi doing a really nice job protecting his net here, trying to keep his team in this game. 44 seconds left in this power play. The Lakers really now need to either hold the puck up against the boards or get it out to the other end.
Well, Hobart wins the face-off, but someone jumped, so we will redo it. 44 seconds left of the Statesman power play. Burke is in, as well as Duclair. And Duclair has to leave now, so Shimizi comes in for the face-off for Hobart, and it goes to the Lakers. Baker off the backboards, that's over to Ryan. Ryan will dump it all the way out of the zone, off the stick of Beaver. Here's a shot, short-handed from the Lakers, and frozen by Beaver as Burke was trying to get a short-handed one to go, but that will make a face-off in the Hobart zone, short-handed for Oswego.
Yeah, Kenny, Oswego's still a man down, but we've seen them score short-handed goals many times this season, and there's still opportunities to do that here. I mean, they've got a great line out here. We see Ryan Burke, Travis Baker, Justin Ryan on the offensive side, and then Brandon Cohen back there. He's got a gnarly slap shot from the backside.
That one back into neutral ice as Cooper gets it back again. Still short-handed. Here's a steal for Hobart. Shot! Scores! Can't leave Tanner Daniels open. It's 3-0 Hobart, and they convert on the power play. Tanner Daniels, one of the leading point scorers for this Hobart team, does it again, Kenny. A beautifully taken goal. 1-on-none. Michael Manzi hung out to dry between the pipes, and there's only so much he can do in that situation. Goal replay will be presented to you by Wanzo's Calzones. The night is not complete without a Tomcat, as the Hobart Statesmen go up 3-0 here on the Lakers. And again, we talked about that 2-goal lead earlier on. It's either a 3-goal lead for Hobart or a 1-goal lead after the next goal. And unfortunately for Oswego, unfortunately for the Statesmen, it's 3-0 Hobart. And Hobart now in total control with 12:36 left to go here in the SUNYAC Championship. Hobart is now knocking on the door of their first SUNYAC title in their first season in the conference. Hobart with possession in the offensive end. It's Ryan. Ryan pass, shot in front, saved by Manzi. Puck loose, rebounded by Bannister. Pass back off the wall. Here's a huge hit on Bannister on the backboards. And this will definitely be a penalty coming against Hobart. That one is going to go against Ryan. We'll see exactly what the call is for as the ref tells Payon to back off, as he was barking to him, as they did not like that. And Bannister slow to get up as the Oswego trainer will come on to the ice, as Elise Fitzsimmons. And we will wait to see what the penalty will be assessed as. I'm going to guess either roughing or a boarding call.
Yeah, Kenny, that is a huge hit really high up against the boards on Bannister. Being looked at by trainers right now, but doesn't look great. Still down on the ice over here. Michael Manzi consoling him as well. And, I mean, we saw this a few weeks ago with the Oswego State Lakers. I believe it was Jonathan Bala getting pressed up against the boards. And it turned into a 5-minute major as well as an ejection. So we'll wait and see what the decision is here from the officials. But Bannister now slowly skating off the ice. Appears to be holding his chest, maybe his shoulder. And we'll wait and see what the call is going to be as the head official heads out to center ice right now.
Glad to see Bannister get off the ice on his own power, as we will see what the referees will do here after the hit, as Connor Gatto, the assistant captain for Oswego, skates in, is talking to the referee as well as Lally for Hobart. Laker fans cheering, so they're seeing something we're not. A little bit of a blind spot right below us. And it's going to be obviously against Hobart. It's a 5-minute major against the Statesmen. So it's going to be 5 minutes of power play for Oswego. And again, if they really got the wind taken out of their sails here in the third, but now with a 5-minute major, you have a chance for 5 minutes of power play. You got to get something if you're Oswego.
And down Tommy Bannister for the time being. Unsure on Nico Payon. We saw him skate slowly off the ice earlier during that Hobart power play before they scored that third goal. But Oswego down 3-0, 12:16 on the clock, a 5-minute major on the Statesmen. So Oswego with an opportunity to try and get one or two back here.
And again, it's a good opportunity for Oswego here with a 5-minute major on the clock. It's 5 minutes of power play. The Lakers really needed that in order to have some sort of chance in this one, and they have to go in behind Naaman Beaver. 5-on-4 for the next 5 minutes for the Lakers. The Oswego State power play about to be underway here in the cooler.
and Oswego just shy of 30% on the power play this season. We know they can get it done. Haven't been able to today, but the Oswego faithful getting loud here in the cooler, trying to get their team going, trying to get behind their team and get something going for the Oswego State Lakers.
Face-off goes Oswego and cleared out of the zone quickly by Hobart. Interference, the official call against Easton Ryan, number 17, for the Hobart Statesman. And it gives Oswego the 5 minutes of power play. Here comes Vasilo. Vasilo, pass back over to Cohen. Cohen gets it up alongside the board, drop back around over to Burke. Burke sets it up over to Payon. Payon, slap shot, Cohen, that one goes just wide. Vasilo gets it behind the red line. Vasilo trying to get a pass off. Vasilo can't get it, goes between his legs, and Hobart clears it again. Cohen gets possession, pass up to Payon. It goes off the stick of Beaver, as Elliott has it now for Hobart, and this one will be blown dead.
Yeah, this one went over the glass into that Hobart bench. Oswego, Hobart both going to bring on some fresh legs here. And still 4:16 on the power play here. Still plenty of opportunity for Oswego to get some shots on. So far, it's been a lackluster power play.
Face off in the Hobart end on the near side. Oswego on the power play. That one goes back to Baker. Lakers win the face-off. McQuaid with it down the near side. McQuaid takes to the face-off circle, looks for a shot. He takes it. That one goes just a touch wide. That one is cleared out of the zone by Hobart as a minute has gone off the clock on the power play. 3:55 left to go on the Laker power play. Baker with it now in the Oswego end as the power play unit gets going for Oswego. That's up to Ryan. Ryan, pass up, goes wide to Fudger. Fudger will have to chase it into the corner. Back around the boards. Gatto gets there for Oswego, and Hobart gets possession and clears it out of the zone again. Penalty kill clicking for the Statesman. Manzi out of crease to pass up to Baker. Over to Burke. Burke with it now to get the power play rolling for the Lakers. Burke, pass off the backboards over to Fudger. Back up to Burke. Burke loses it, shorthanded. Hobart had a chance, but would have been an offsides call, so they cannot advance the puck. Vasilo has it now. He'll take it through neutral ice. Gets it stolen away by Andres. Here comes Hobart shorthanded. Andres on the far side, dumps it back. And Hobart with possession like they're on the power play in this one. As Samatos will send it down past Manzi. Manzi will not freeze it and pass to Payon. Off the boards to Vasilo. Less than 3 minutes left here of the Laker power play. Vasilo wraps around the boards. Beaver out of crease. Wraps it back around. Cohen takes a stab at it. And back around the boards over to Burke. Passes back over. Wide to Horacek as D'Amato skates in for it. And clears it out of the zone. Manzi looks for his man to pass. And he will pass it off the boards up to Bannister and over to Payon. Here comes Nico Payon. Halfway through the 5 minutes of power play for Oswego, here's Bannister. Bannister on the near side, gets it poked away by Doolin. And McQuaid gets it back and it goes across the blue line. That'll force the Lakers to reset again. It's up to Fudger. Fudger, a neutral ice pass back to Baker. And he'll have to take it back to the Laker end. Off the boards, up to Fudger again. 2 minutes to go here of the Laker power play as Hobart once again successfully clearing it out of the zone, and Hobart again with the fourth best penalty kill unit in the country with possession shorthanded in the offensive end as McQuaid gets back to it. Duclair trying to poke it away. Duclair with possession. Baker gets it back. And Oswego spun around, can't get much going. And Hobart has possession with 1:35 left to go on the power play for the Lakers. And not much going on this power play unit for Oswego as they will clear it away and out of the zone and force Manzi to come out and give it up to Baker. And again for Oswego, the power play has been good this year, third best in the country. But that fourth best penalty kill unit is clicking. Vasilo storms down the slot. Pass over to Cohen in front. Beaver fleeces it. And another save for David Beaver. And here we go. And now we got some fighting behind the red line. Down goes the Statesman. And here we go with some extracurriculars afterwards. We'll see if any penalties will be assessed. It might be a mistake if it goes against the Lakers because that will kill off the penalty and make it 4-on-4 and then allow Hobart a chance at it.
Yeah, Kenny, and clearly some frustration from the Lakers, as you saw Brandon Cohen involved in that takedown behind the net. Still trying to figure out who the Hobart player there was, and it looks like it was Dominic Shimizi going at it with Brandon Cohen behind the net. A really big, almost like a football type tackle there. And we'll wait and see what the officials are going to say on this one.
Referee saying, I got it. Getting everybody back on and off the bench as we're set to go with a minute and 15 left of the Oswego power play. No penalties assessed after the fight. And here we go. Oswego really needs one here if they want a chance in this one. Burke gets it off the face-off. Payon. Pass down to Horacek. Back around the boards. Elliott gets there for Hobart. Cohen gets it in the corner. Cohen's pass intercepted by Elliott. Elliott with possession for Hobart. And Elliott clears it out of the zone for the Statesman. Only leaves a minute left for Oswego to see if they can capitalize on an entire 5 minutes of power play. Mike, this is going to be a critical next minute here.
Yeah, Kenny, in the first 4 minutes, we saw very little offensive development for the Oswego State Lakers, but with a minute left, they're coming across center ice now.
Back across the blue line. Lakers reset. Cohen with it now. Pass. Intercepted and almost cleared, but kept onside by Vasilo. Centering pass. Cohen can't knock down the bouncing puck. As Cohen has it now for Oswego. Cohen. Pass back over to Payon. Payon looks on the slot. Shot! That one's saved by Beaver on his back and gets back up. What a incredible save! Second chance, and it's blocked again! Elliott in the way as well as Beaver, and they clear it out of the zone. And the Coolers rocket on the Hobart side.
Beaver and Elliott with a crazy double save. Elliott not a goaltender, but should go down as a save in the statistics here for him because Beaver was nowhere to be seen on that second shot.
And Hobart returns to full strength, and they kill off the entire 5-minute power play for the Lakers. Bannister will pass over to Baker. Lakers with possession for now. It's Bala. Bala up to Bannister. Bannister takes it down the near side. He'll get it across the blue line. Pass over to McQuaid. McQuaid shot. That one goes wide and up and into the netting. And another missed opportunity for the Lakers. Only 6:57 left to go. And Mike, it's beginning to look very bleak for this Lakers squad, but plenty of hockey left to play.
Yeah, Kenny, under 7 minutes. Against the #1 goalie in the country, you saw Damon Beaver handle that last shot perfectly on his blocker side, send it up into the rafters, and Oswego just can't seem to break through this defense.
Damon Beaver with a clean sheet, 29 saves, 100% save percentage. Michael Manzi, 27 saves, 3 goals allowed, puts him at an even 90% save percentage. Beaver, as always, was standing on his head in this one, and he has just been phenomenal. And he's done the same thing all season long as Duclair has it now for Hobart. Duclair skates down quickly, loses an edge coming down into the offensive end. They'll pass over to Lally. Lally's shot is poked away, and McQuaid gets it off the poke. And McQuaid will pass over to Baker. Lakers need to get it going here if they want a chance to get back-to-back SUNYAC championships. Vasilo loses it, and stolen away by Toth. Toth will pass over to Trepanier, stolen away by Semrad. Semrad pass over to Fudger. Fudger goes down into the boards. Can't get up, and Hobart gets it back with Morrissey. And the Statesmen get it going again with Morrissey off the boards. Pass goes up to Beloff. Beloff gets it stolen away. Ryan goes behind him, and Cooper will chase it back to the Laker end. Cooper back around the boards up to Fudger. Fudger will dump it away, and the Lakers will go for a change as DeMatos gets it back now for Hobart. DeMatos skates back, Ryan guarding him. Morrissey with it now. Morrissey will pass it over. Cross-ice pass goes off the boards and over to DeMatos. DeMatos pass up, goes under the stick of Fasig. And Semrad gets it back now for Oswego. 5:35 left to go here in the SUNYAC championship. Burke spins around. Payon presses on the glass, and we'll have a board battle for the puck. Semrad gets tripped going out for it. Almost another own goal as Manzi had to skate and save one coming off the stick of Horacek.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there between Manzi and Horacek right in front of net. Puck sliding across from a weird angle. Manzi thought he should take the cover. Horacek thought he could get it out of there, but became abundantly clear if they didn't do something, Hobart was going to make it 4-0. So Manzi with a smart cover there, and now Hobart in the offensive zone is Hovsepian on the faceoff.
Lakers in better shape this late in the game than they have been recently. They lost 6-1 in the last one. Got to start to think now, when will Ed Gosick decide to pull Michael Manzi, give Oswego a couple chances of a 6-on-5. We'll have to have possession first in order to get there. Hosapane looks to wrap around, can't get there. Bannister pokes at it, and he'll dump it back into the zone. Fontana passes it over to Daniels. Daniels, slap shot. Rebound in front, that one saved again by Manzi as McQuaid gets it down the near side. And McQuaid will take it into neutral ice. Matt McQuaid pass off the boards up to Gatto. Gatto into the near side corner. Sets it up in front, can't get it off. And it will get cleared out of the zone, and Baker will get it back in neutral ice. As the net is empty for Oswego, so it is 6-on-5 now for the Lakers. Michael Manzi off the ice. So we are 6-on-5 pretty much the rest of the way out in this one, as this one is blown dead. And, well, Mike, I guess I kind of jinxed it. I was saying, when do you think you're going to pull him? I was going to ask you, but I guess the answer was now.
Kenny didn't want to cut you off and answer in the middle of that face-off, but we found our answer pretty soon after 4:37 remaining here. Oswego still down 3-0. We're playing 6-on-5 hockey, but leaving that net wide open for the speed of Chris Duclair and anyone else on this Hobart team to make it 4.
And a timeout will be called by the Lakers, so we'll have a little extra time to chat here, Mike. And as I mentioned before, for this Lakers team, it's not only that you're playing for a back-to-back SUNYAC championship, you're really playing for your season. Hobart, they lose, they're a lot. They're getting into the NCAA tournament no matter what. The Lakers, well, they're on those bid themes lists. They're just outside of the bubble, so Oswego really needs a win, or at least take this team to overtime to have a chance at a stab at the NCAA tournament. And right now, odds are looking not good for this Lakers squad. Mike, what is Oswego going to do to get 3 goals to at least push it to overtime and 4 to win this thing?
I mean, Kenny, I don't want to say it's out of reach, but they need some luck. This is not going to happen naturally and organically. Through the first 55 minutes of this hockey game, we've seen that Oswego needs to get a little lucky on the offensive side of the ice, but they also need to keep the puck in this offensive end. They cannot afford to lose it, and they cannot afford to let in an empty net goal here at all.
This is definitely Oswego's best game against Hobart this entire season, but right now it needs a little bit more. Manzi again, 29 saves, 3 goals allowed. He's got a 90.6% save percentage, but for Beaver, clean sheet, man. He's got 29 saves, no goals allowed. I'm no mathematician, but that's 100% save percentage.
Yeah, Kenny, and if the score stands as is or Hobart doesn't allow another goal, this will be Damon Beaver's 26th career shutout as a Hobart Statesman. I mean, he's been dominant his entire time here. I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Face-off goes to the Lakers again, 6-on-5. Michael Manzi out of net, and empty net for the Lakers. Baker's pass goes across the blue line. It'll force Oswego to reset. McQuaid pass over to Baker again. Not really able to let Hobart get anything here. They're going to have to hold possession for the rest of the game if they want a chance in this one. McQuaid pass over to Burke. Burke tries to wrap around the boards in front of the slot. Gatto knocks it down, spins around, take a shot, poked away. Hobart smacks it down, and the Statesman trying to get it back. McQuaid goes back towards the defense, and that one's clear to the zone, but this one will be blown dead. It looks like it's going to be either a high stick or a hand pass against Hobart, and Toth arguing the call to the referee, does not like the call, but it will force a face-off back in the Hobart end.
Yeah, Kenny, and it looked like Schmitzy was playing some volleyball down there in front of net. Put the hand up high, swung for a spike to try and get the puck out of there. May have inadvertently gotten the stick a little too high.
Face-off goes to the Statesman, wrap around the board. Baker keeps it on sides, and Baker's pass goes high and over the netting, skips off the glass, stays out of the netting. Lakers with possession. Gatto takes a shot. That one goes high, and Baker on the far side off the rebound. Pass goes wide at Burke. Fasilo takes a stab at it, and here's a chance now for Hobart. And the Statesmen have it. Here's a wide open lane for Toth. He's going to take it in front, do nothing fancy, and score! And the Hobart Statesmen make it 4-0. And here's some extracurriculars after, and the Statesmen put on cruise control to being SUNYAC champions.
Yeah, Kenny, plain and simple. Thomas Toth, a really nice empty netter there. Calm and composed. Oswego let the puck get by, and there's not much you can do defensively there at that point unless you've got someone skating at the speed of Barry Allen on the ice. So 4-0 for the Hobart Statesmen, and hate to say it, but this game is just about over here, Kenny.
Yeah, it's definitely over at this point, Mike. 4-0. It seems like a pretty impossible hill to climb. Lakers just going to try and get one for pride here. And Hobart will keep the streak alive most likely in this one. Anything can happen in 3 minutes and 40, but it seems pretty over. Hobart win their 67th straight game in the cooler, keep the longest active winning streak in the country alive, and they're going to cruise to that first seed of the NCAA tournament and earn themselves a bye.
Yeah, Kenny, and you talk about a team that I don't personally think needs a bye, and you look at Hobart. This team could play, I think, 3-4 times a week, every single week, and be completely fine. They are dominant in NCAA ice hockey. They have been year after year after year, and it continues tonight.
Center ice face-off. Again, 4-0 Hobart after the empty netter goal. Michael Manzi back in net for Oswego. Manzi watched it go behind him. Down the near side, Fudger gets possession. And near the Oswego bench, board battle for the puck. Simons gets it poked away, and Andres will dump it into the zone, but this one will be blown dead with 3:21 left to go. And again, Mike, like you said, would take nothing short of a miracle for Oswego to come away with a victory in this one, but again, it seems pretty over.
Yeah, Kenny, over is the word I would use as well. This Oswego team gave it a good battle and had a really good performance through 2 periods, and then this third period just felt like a collapse for them.
Hobart with possession now. There's a shot that goes off the stick of Manzi from McDonough and up into the netting, and another stoppage of play. So for this Lakers team, again, going for back-to-back SUNYAC championships, doesn't look like it's going to happen. Hobart will come in their first year in the SUNYAC and become SUNYAC champions and set their sights on their 4th straight national championship. And for Oswego, need a lot to go their way to make it into the tournament, but a 4-0 loss is not going to help their odds to get into the dance.
Absolutely not, Kenny. It's been a rough one for the Lakers tonight as that shot goes just wide, but not over quite yet.
Samrad with it down the near side. Oswego trying to keep possession to give themselves a chance to score at least one on the incredible and best in Division III hockey, Damon Beaver, between the pipes for Hobart. Cooper gets possession, goes past Vassilo, and that's knocked back into the Oswego zone by Trepanier. And Samrad will pass back over to Cooper. Cooper up to Vassilo. Vassilo looks for a lane, gets it poked away by Morrissey. And on the near side, taken back by Vassilo. Here's a shot, still loose in front and knocked away from the crease by Hobart. Sends it over to Vassilo, goes off his stick at the face-off circle into the corner. He gets hit by Morrissey. And Morrissey, rolling puck, gets knocked down by Horacek. And Horacek can't keep possession. It goes back to Elliott, the recent goal scorer for the Statesman. Not on the empty netter. Bala has possession over to Fudger. That's up to Cohen. Cohen, cross-ice pass is knocked down by Daniels. Hobart with the puck, goes off the back skate of Daniels. Cohen steals it away for Oswego, and Cohen dumps it into the end, but taken back by the Statesman. Tanner Daniels with it now. He'll pass it into the near side corner. Skating down for it now is Fontana. Fontana back up to Chow. Chow, shot off the backboards. And Baker with it now for the Lakers. Cohen, pass over to McQuaid. McQuaid over to Bannister. Bannister back around the boards. Chow gives it up. And Hobart with possession with 1:19 left to go here in the SUNYAC championship. Semrad will get it back for Oswego as Hobart and the Lakers both going for a full change for the last 1:10 in this one. And if you notice on the ice, it's all seniors for the Lakers.
Yeah, Kenny, a really nice homage to this Oswego team. These guys have been through thick and thin together, done it all, and it's got to be nice to skate one last time together out here tonight.
Lakers full senior line on the ice to close out the SUNYAC championship. Hobart goes off the stick of Manzi, and the Statesmen have it into the corner in front of the fans. Hobart fans get ready to enjoy this SUNYAC championship and dread on the Lakers side as they will not be able to go back-to-back in the SUNYAC as Fudger can't get it. Hobart with possession. It's over to Morrissey. Morrissey at the face-off circle, fakes the shot, takes a slow one in front. Manzi almost goes behind him and freezes it in the 5-hole and gets a stoppage with 18.3 left to go. Hobart will extend their winning streak to 34 games. They'll win 67 home games, and they continue to score first in every single game. Another shutout for Damon Beaver. And Oswego will fall to 2-9 since 2017 against the Statesmen. And Oswego was the last team to score a goal in the cooler coming into this game. That was away. Won't be able to get it done tonight.
Nearly a month ago, Kenny, Damon Beaver and this Hobart defense have not let up a goal in almost a month.
There's a shot from Hobart off the back boards as the Hobart fans begin to cheer. And a couple of seconds left on the clock. Fudger with it now, back over to Semrad. And as time expires, throw the gloves and throw the sticks. The home team does it again. The Hobart Statesmen are the 2026 SUNYAC champions, and in their first year in the conference, they get it done, and the Lakers are not going back-to-back.
And you got to feel for this Oswego State team, but we need to talk about the Hobart Statesmen and this dominant, amazing team that they have here as you hear them cheering their goal song with the fans. I mean, Kenny, 28-0-0, a perfect season before they get to conference play or tournament play, but you hear the Oswego fans as well cheering their team on, victory or defeat, showing some love.
And all the Laker fans begin to file out of the cooler, and the Hobart Statesmen fans celebrate the SUNYAC championship, and for what feels like a very small milestone for this Hobart team, which is incredible to say. You come into a conference in your first year and you win the championship of that conference, and it feels like a road bump at best for this team. For Oswego, it was everything. Win this, get in, have a chance at the national tournament. For Hobart, they didn't need the win, but they don't care. They want to extend that home winning streak. They want to take another one, and they will be crowned champions of the SUNYAC for 2026, and that will end the season most likely for the Lakers. We'll have to find out Monday if Oswego gets a shot at the dance, but this most likely will be it for the seniors on the ice for Oswego, as you see them all lining up and hugging.
Yeah.
And Hobart in the other end. Oh, we're on camera.
Look at that.
And looking at the ice, just gloves and helmets everywhere as they are cheering behind the net and celebrating. Trophy presentation will be after this. We probably will not be covering it. We'll let Hobart cover the championship celebration as Oswego's season comes to an end. Mike, any thoughts?
I mean, this Hobart team has it all. They've got the glory. They've got such an amazing team and such an amazing community here. As you see from the crowd that showed up tonight for both teams, they deserve this. They've earned it. They've worked hard all season. They're 28-0-0, and you can't take that away from them. For the Lakers, a heartbreaking defeat. Looking to complete the underdog story, but just weren't able to get it done tonight, Kenny. And the Statesmen have a lot to be proud of, but also a long road ahead.
Undeniably, if this Hobart team goes on to win the national tournament, they will be the greatest Division III hockey team of all time. And I think that debate just goes right out of the door with a national championship win, and already arguing for it now as teams line up to shake hands. Again, trophy sitting at center ice. And a hard-fought game from Oswego. Again, their best one this season against Hobart, just unable to score anything here in the cooler. Final lines, Michael Manzi gets 33 saves, 3 goals allowed, but with a 91.7% save percentage. Damon Beaver gets the shutout and makes 30 saves, which is a lot for him because a lot of the time, doesn't even see that many shots with the Lakers. Put on a good fight against this team. No point scores for the Lakers, but Cohen getting the most shots on goal with 6 on the night. Shimizi gets 2 goals on the night and scores 3 total points. Tanner Daniels also gets a point and a goal, and Toth getting a goal, an assist, and 2 points on the night. Well, Mike, if we go back on camera one more time, this will be it for us here for Hockey Night in Hobart, but I guess Hockey Night in Oswego as a whole, and with the unlikely chance that Oswego heads to the tournament, that will do it for me. That'll be my last call. So, Mike, I appreciate all of your hard work this year. It's been a pleasure graduating. So, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank my girlfriend, thank my friends. I want to thank you all at WTOP 10. Now, this is actually my final monologue. So, it's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you to the team. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great time, and that's it for me. Mike, any closing thoughts to wrap up the season?
Been a great night. You guys can come right through.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you're good.
Been a great night, a great season. Obviously, not how the Oswego fans wanted this one to go, but super happy with everything. It's been a pleasure working alongside you. We got a few more months of lacrosse, so don't count us out yet, but it's going to be it for tonight.
Well, that'll do it for us here in Geneva, New York, and in the cooler trophy presentation. You can check out Hobart Stream for the coverage of the SUNYAC trophy presentation. For one final time, I'm Kenny Gerard. This is Michael Meckers. We're going to send you back to Oswego, New York for the postgame show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hewitt Hall here in SUNY Oswego now for the post-game show after what was a very, very sad game for the Oswego State Lakers in the SUNYAC Championship. They fall to the Hobart Statesmen 4-0. And apologies for everyone because you didn't get to see us after the second period, which was a lot more of a exciting period for the Lakers, but we're going to get right into the third period now. We'll break it down for you. It was seemed like the Lakers had a little bit of momentum going into that third period. They arguably outplayed the Statesmen after second. It was a 0-0 draw after, or it was a 1-0 draw, but they had played 0-0. And I really thought that the Lakers had figured out what to do to maybe counter the Statesmen. And then in the third, it was not to be. And James, that first goal for the Statesmen, what happened?
Well, it was an own goal. That's what we like to call it. Bala, he gets beat by Schmizzy heading to the net on a breakaway. Michael Manzi makes the original save. And Bala, I think he thought that Manzi had the rebound covered. He was going to stop. It wound up going off his skate into the back of the net. And everybody on the Lakers bench, on the ice, put their hands over their head in disbelief. And you can see here, it's not really Bala's fault. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens all the time in any level of hockey. It's just unfortunate that it had to happen at the biggest moment of the Lakers season. But that's how the Lakers went up 2-0, and that really felt like the dagger.
Yeah, I had it in my notes as the domino effect for this game, and that's exactly what it was. Nick, after that, it was unfortunately all Hobart. Did the Lakers really put up any fight at the end of that game? To me, it didn't. Like, it seemed like they were trying, but it seemed like after that second period, Hobart really figured it out what they were doing wrong and kind of switched up and just completely outplayed the Lakers again.
I think as the game kept going, the luck got worse and worse for the Lakers. I mean, at the end of that second period, we had the very close shot missed by Vossel. That opportunity could have kept it to 1-1. You could have gone into that third period with a lot more momentum, but as the game just kept going on, I think that the Bala own goal really just kind of struck a nerve in the Lakers. Kind of just everything they had momentum-wise just sunk. Everything was gone. And that third goal by Tanner Daniels,
yep.
Yeah, it was just, that was a nail in the coffin. They tried to find something on empty net, and then the Toft between the legs really just set the Lakers off. And
we were questioning that one a little bit up here in the booth. It was, hey, I mean, it's the SUNYAC championship game. You got an open goal, style it. But I think for the Statesmen, if you're hoisting up anyone on your shoulders, it's Damon Beaver once again. I mean, that guy got tested for probably the first time all season. We talked about it with Kenny, Kenny talked about it just right there. He said really hadn't had to do his job all season, but he did here. 30 saves for Beaver. James, did the Lakers have any shot at beating him?
Well, in the first half of the game, you could see here all these shots just kept hitting him in the chest. Damon Beaver, I've said it before that part of being a goalie, what makes a goalie great is their rebound control. Damon Beaver is phenomenal with his rebound control. A lot of these are just hitting him in the chest, but these ones towards the end of the game, all of a sudden the Lakers are starting to get something going. A lot of these are hitting him up high or making him move side to side, and that's what the Lakers really started doing well towards the end of the game. And finally, Damon Beaver, for the first time this season, like Kenny said, like you just said, he had to do his job. 30 saves on 30 shots, in this game. You couldn't ask for anything better from him. He made some phenomenal saves, and the Lakers really had their chances in this one to pot some, especially like you said, Nick, the Vosilo chance late in that power play, in the 5-minute power play, a couple opportunities that might have, gone in if not for Damon Beaver. Any other goalie, I think, in the SUNYAC, let alone any other goalie in Division III hockey, I think those end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, and you mentioned that 5-minute power play. I think if there was one moment where I knew, or not knew, but kind of guessed that this game would have been done, it was after the Lakers absolutely skunked on that 5-minute. They couldn't get anything. It was really, really unfortunate. I think for the Lakers, MVP for that team was Michael Manzi. 33 saves to 3 goals allowed, and those 3 goals were really, really good goals for the Statesmen. So if you're Manzi, give yourself a pat on the back. You didn't do anything wrong in this game. You just didn't have much help from the Lakers offense.
And you're coming into that SUNYAC championship as a freshman. Michael Manzi is a freshman, and the fact that alone that he can just play that well, and 2 of them weren't really on him. 2 of them were really good goals, and the own goal, obviously. You can't control that. You're not expecting that as a goaltender. And no, it was a phenomenal night for Manzi, regardless of what the score says.
I think it was a very unfortunate night for the Lakers, but it was a good place to work off of for next season. This is a very good game to use as momentum. You circle Hobart twice on their calendar next season. You got to get those games back.
Yep.
But I think for the Lakers, time to rebuild, time to reset. You got a lot of seniors leaving. You got some key seniors leaving. However, you also have a ton of players still on this team that are going to be leading the forefront as we go into next season. But, folks, I think that is going to do it from us here in Oswego. That is going to finish off the SUNYAC men's hockey season here for WTOP. But like Kenny and Mike said, we got tons of lacrosse coming up on these WTOP streams as spring comes around. So one more time, it's been Lucas Begary, Nick Stetter, and James Fitzpatrick. Me and James, final stream for hockey together. It was very blessed to have one more after last weekend. But that's just about going to do it, folks. So stick around for our next streams coming up in the future. That's all going to be us from here on WTOP 10. Thanks for watching.